Hi guys, welcome back to the Gentleman's Bureau. If this is your first time tuning in, be ready. And if this is your second or third time tuning in, we're glad to have you back. I'm joined with Mark Rowe, who is in Okinawa, Japan. Also, I'm joined with Jed Barnes, who is in Wisconsin, that great old state. And myself, I'm in Germany. So this is podcast number 3, and we're glad to have you here. Hope you enjoy. So Jed, how is Wisconsin?
Wisconsin, things have, I don't know. I'm not staying up with the news because it's so negative, but it feels like things have calmed down a little bit. Like Amazon's not freaking out anymore, which is nice. It's reassuring that my bosses aren't like, we gotta protect the building, man. That's nice. But I think things are still, I think
Is
they're
that how they
still,
talked?
no, not at all. Not at all. They're very chill guys. I'm pretty sure they could just like watch somebody get murdered and be like, "Oh God, that happened, didn't it?" Oh, whatever. They're so chill. It's ridiculous.
Cool.
Probably a bad thing to compare that to. Anyway, but yeah, I think things have calmed down a little bit. There's still protesting, still riots. A lot more has come out about the whole like 17-year-old dude that came up from Antioch. Come to find out, apparently he worked at the building where everything kind of started, and he was like protecting it. Not his job, but whatever. I mean, you got to keep your job safe, I guess. But also, like, it was an insured building, so downtown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that was the narrative that's been going around, was that he was there to protect his business, the business he worked for from it getting attacked.
Yeah.
And there was some pre-footage before the shit went down where he was like kind of, I don't know if he was saying he was a fucking medic or what, but basically he was just like, yeah, medic over here, like he looked like he was like helping people out. I don't know. I don't fucking know. That could
I
be.
think he was just like helping out with like first aid or something.
Yeah.
And they're saying like he was going around with a fire extinguisher, putting out some fires and stuff. That's what I've
see
seen.
a fire extinguisher on him too. I did see
Yeah.
that in the video. So
He was really trying to do something.
And also, it kind of sounds like it was self-defense too, because like people were hitting him with skateboards, and one guy pointed a Glock at him. And I mean, like, if I'm holding a gun
Yikes.
and a guy points a gun at me, my first instinct is gonna be to shoot that guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's my first instinct, is like, he means to do me harm, and I don't want to be harmed personally.
He was getting run down from what I see.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen all the footage,
whole
but
mob.
Yeah, it looked really bad.
And that's the bad thing about.
Yeah, go ahead, Jed.
Yeah, that's the bad thing about riots too, is you get that many people that are all kind of agitated in one area, and they get that mob mentality of like, let's just do it. He's got a gun. We gotta take him down. And then everybody just runs, and it's just like, it's just, you get too many people in one area, and all the IQ goes down.
Yeah, like all the inhibition and everything, like all the foreshadowing. It's kind of weird, man. It's like a collective part of the brain or something. Like, if you think of us all as one big brain, like one part of the brain just overpowered the rest and said, fuck it. Like, as soon as one synapse fired, all the rest joined in. Because, like, fuck it. If this guy's going in for him, I'm going to go in for him. We're going to fuck this guy up. Who gives a fuck? We're all in this together. Shit like that. Like, it's one thing if you're doing it by yourself, you're going to go attack that guy. But, like, as soon as you get, like, fucking 6 other people in there, the self goes out the fucking window. It's like, fuck it. I'm not the only one getting in trouble if shit goes down. Like, fuck it, dude. Fuck this guy. He's got a gun. What's he doing?
Mob mentality.
Yeah, mob mentality is crazy.
I think it might be the adrenaline too, because like when that adrenaline's pumping and you're like in the fight or flight mode, and somebody's like, he's got a gun, your first instinct is like, why does he have a gun? Is he justified in having? Your first instinct says, he has a gun. Oh no! You don't stop and think about it because you've got that adrenaline pumping. You got to react.
Yeah, but why do you have adrenaline pumping? You know what I mean? Like,
because you're rioting, because you're looting.
Yeah,
but protesting
it's just a fucking gun. Has he shot anyone yet? No.
Oh, I meant like before the whole he has a gun thing. I meant like their adrenaline was already going because of the protest and stuff.
Oh
And
yeah.
then they get
Yeah.
the inside, the knowledge of like he's got a gun.
You
And
think
they
they
have
get
to
a lot of
react to that.
adrenaline from that shit?
I'm sure some people do.
Yeah, I'm fucking burning shit down.
They're all together. I mean,
Torching
have you guys
building.
seen the footage? I've seen the footage. It doesn't matter if they're in like whatever state they're in. They're drinking. A lot of these guys are drinking, smoking dope.
Yeah.
running around. They all want to be like a star. It almost seems like they want to kind of project their voice over everybody else's, and then get people in on their opinions or their uh, projection as well.
Yeah.
And it's just everybody's doing that, right? Everybody has this me mentality in the mob, trying to get the mob bigger, to focus on them as well, to project them further, and then they're getting like they're feeding off of that, definitely.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is doing this, so there's like, I guess there's small groups inside the mob that are falling around with each other. Everybody's feeding off everybody's energy. It's a really crazy thing. And then bam, something snaps. You have a guy show up, or maybe he didn't show up. You showed up to his area. He's just trying to conduct himself, protect his place of employment. It seems like, and all those other people are thinking he's dangerous. He's got a gun. He's gonna hurt us. I believe from what I've seen, one guy ran at him. He was running away. Somebody else was firing shots, and then he fired at the guy that was attacking him, and then there was just more and more and more. It's ridiculous. That was like the first shooting that he was involved in, and then the second one was like 3 people coming after him. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just like matched to a freaking powder keg, man.
Yeah. What I found
It's
that was funny
keeps
was
going.
like, like the people that are like against him. They're like, oh, he was 17, he shouldn't never had a gun,
Yep.
all that shit, like he shouldn't have been there. That's what's funny is like the whole he shouldn't have been there. It's like, first off, most of you motherfuckers shouldn't have been there. Y'all came on
None of
fucking buses from God knows where to go
Mhm.
loot and riot. Like, you're telling me that everyone that rioted was from Kenosha? Like,
Nope.
or nearby? No way.
No. And actually, technically, nobody was supposed to be there. There was a curfew set in place that everybody was supposed to be in their homes at 7
Yeah.
p.m. to 7 a.m.
That's true.
That's the curfew. And
Yeah.
everybody out there was technically breaking curfew, which means they weren't supposed to be there. And like, yeah, I heard about that the other day. I saw like it was on Facebook. One of my cop friends posted a whole like readout, like report thing of like Kenosha PD spotted a blacked out bus and a bread truck and a minivan, and they were being very suspicious. And they went to a gas station and they were just filling up tons and tons of gas cans. And they're like, that is some suspicious looking activity.
Yeah.
So they asked them to like, hey, like, what are you doing? Are you guys here for the riots? We're gonna have to ask you to leave. And they're like, we're not gonna leave. And they're like, we're gonna detain you then for inciting civil unrest.
And so they
Well,
did.
they can detain you without cause for what,
48
72
hours.
hours?
48 hours.
48 hours? Okay, yeah.
It might be longer in some states, but I think Wisconsin's 48 hours without cause. But they definitely had cause. Like these guys,
Because they're
like,
conducting
if
an
you're gonna-
investigation.
yeah, and if you're gonna
Yep.
peacefully protest, why do you need that much gas?
Yeah.
That's true. They were planning on something then, yeah.
They were gonna burn some shit. And they don't care
Yeah.
that that's somebody's livelihood. They're just like,
Uh,
oh, I like fire.
They were a lawn mowing business, just trying to get by in hard times. You guys are just making this shit up. You guys don't even know what's going on.
A lawn mowing business and a bread truck and a blacked out school bus.
Did they look
You
inside?
gotta
I'm
get
sure,
what you
I'm
gotta
sure
get.
they'll find lawnmowers. Sure they'll find lawnmowers. That's what they were doing. They're just stocking up, Gas prices are good. The economy's down a little bit, but hey.
Gas prices are pretty good up here. They're like $2.09 right now. Not bad.
Yeah. I wanted to touch upon how the fuck
okay.
did we get here, right? So that guy.
Wait a second. I want to just ask, what are the gas prices in Germany though? Before we skip that, because he was just saying it's 209 a gallon,
Like a
right?
dollar or like a euro. I just looked today, like a euro 50 or something.
A liter
For
though,
a
right?
liter.
Yeah, it's a liter.
Yeah,
So
I'm sitting at like 118 yen to the liter. So that's like a buck
So
18.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
so
I
so
don't
I
know what a
got the best
fucking
gas
yen
price.
is, but all right.
We're similar though, I think, me and you, Layne.
Yeah.
Jed's over
Yeah,
there with cheap ass gas, motherfucker.
gas.
Hey, we're gas independent now, apparently. So
Apparently,
I've been
Hmm.
told.
we
Apparently,
probably
Well,
don't
that
use
sounds
as
nice.
much.
oil and gas comes from America. I think it's
Yeah.
bullshit, but who knows?
We
I
get a
mean,
lot of, like
hacking,
here in
right?
Japan, we get a lot of gas from the Middle East. And whenever Russia and Saudi Arabia were having that gas battle, we were just buying gas like crazy. I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, yeah. It was under a dollar a liter, so it was like close to like $2 a gallon ish over
Yeah.
here, which is insane for living on an island.
Um.
But I'm sorry
Yes.
for interrupting you,
So
Layne. Let's
you're
do
good, dude.
whatever you want to do.
You're good, man. I love to hear about the gas prices all over the world. That's important.
It's an
Uh.
economic standard.
So, yeah, I just wanted to touch upon like, so the Jacob Blake guy, is that his name? The
Yeah.
original like why this all fucking went down, Black
Yep.
Lives Matter and all that shit. Even though this guy was definitely a criminal for sure. So I found out he had a warrant out for his arrest. There was an accusation of assault, sexual assault, basically rape. Um, and he was wrestling with the cops beforehand. Like that video that's been going around, everybody's seen. Apparently, like what sparked the video for them to like hit record was like he was wrestling with the cops, and I think you can kind of see it towards the beginning of the video. But it's like it kind of goes back to the what I was talking about last time with the accountability. Like it's like everybody view like this guy could have killed somebody. I feel like this guy could have just killed someone, right? They found him, they apprehended him, and he was resisting arrest. All that the news ever shows is the after part of
Yeah.
him resisting arrest barely. They'll like barely snippet that in, and then you'll see the cops react. It's like, no, you have to understand why the cops react the way they do. Whenever they show up to anything, they want to get as much information as possible. So when they pull up who he is and they find out, number one, he's got a warrant out,
Yep.
and number two, that he's got accusations of rape. And I guess there was another accusation that that vehicle that he was getting into, he had the keys to it, but it wasn't his vehicle. Like it was like Grand Theft Auto. He was like trying to get away in a vehicle. So it's like, those first three, you have pre-interview, right? So you're gonna approach him a little differently than someone that is
Yeah.
like, oh, you're jaywalking. You're gonna approach them a little differently than somebody who's got previous history of, violence and criminal activity and shit. So it's like the news never shows that shit.
No, of
It's
course
like,
not.
and my thing is like people just flat out defend the their ideology no matter what, man. They'll pretend they never even saw or heard like the reason for the cops to react that way. Like cops don't just react that way. They don't.
Yeah.
Even the most racist cop in the world, he's gotta probably have like some type of footing to step on
Yeah.
before he reacts a certain way. There's not. They think that like the way they portray it is that cops are just going out there like killing black people all the time.
No.
That's not the fucking case. They have to have a reason
Yeah.
for it. Like,
It all
Yeah.
it all kind
accountability,
of
dude.
circles back to the media, right? Because if the
Like
media
last
put
time.
out a
Yeah.
what?
Oh, accountability. He
Just
said
like
accountability last
accountability,
time.
man. It's not.
Yeah.
You
But no,
gotta
it
hold
all circles
accountable.
back. It all circles back to the media because if they pushed out a story saying that a man with a warrant out was shot by police when he was resisting arrest, nobody's going to care. Nobody's gonna buy that newspaper. Nobody's gonna read that article. But if they say black man shot in the back 7 times by police, and then they throw racist police in there, that's gonna sell like crazy. Apparently, he only even got hit by 4 of the shots. I think he's still alive too.
That's why he's alive. Yeah, he is alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, paralyzed, I think, but he's alive.
Yeah.
And there's some people that would argue that based on the accusations against him of being a predator, sexual predator, maybe he shouldn't have lived.
Yeah.
Not
I
me,
mean,
some people.
I could think of 10 people off the top of my head that would exactly say the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
He shouldn't live. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't ever go there because that's like not my fucking.
Not my
that's for
call.
God, dude. That's for God
Not my-
to decide.
Well, that's-
Apparently,
I mean, I
God's decided.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
this dude's paralyzed.
I don't go with the death penalty because I don't think the state should be involved with anything like that because they make too many mistakes, you know. So
That's true. That's so true.
Yeah.
People are fallible,
mhm.
Yeah,
and the system's corrupt. So
Yeah.
for sure.
But I mean, do they have the death penalty in Wisconsin? I mean, just asking.
I don't know. Haven't done anything bad enough to find out yet.
Isn't it just Texas?
I'll be right back.
Isn't it just Texas? I'm pretty sure. Like, there's just one state.
I know there's very few that are holding on to it, and then there's like I know like treason's death penalty, right? But that's like federal.
Holy shit! Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. I wonder what's gonna happen with Edward Snowden.
Oh, that's a good question.
If they're gonna pardon him or not? Because like was it treason? He did it for the American people.
Yeah.
But the feds are gonna either way. The feds are gonna be like, nah, fuck you. You signed a thing.
Oh yeah.
You signed your death warrant. You know, that type of thing.
Oh, of course.
He'll be on
He
Guantanamo until he dies.
Dude, they did.
He did it for a good reason. Let's just say that he did a good thing.
And I mean, it's
can't
not anything that we didn't already know, kind of. You know what I mean? He just confirmed what we had suspicions of, like spying on you through that. You know.
That's why I have duct tape over it, man, when I'm not using it.
Yeah, a lot of people do
Not
that.
this one. This one I just turned up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll still watch you. They'll figure.
But I did just look that up. Wisconsin was one of the first states to remove capital punishment in 1853.
1853.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
They want to let you rot. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's like Civil War era. It's crazy.
They have death penalty in Germany. Oh yeah. It is like
Germany. I have no fucking clue. I don't care about this place anymore, man. Like at first I was like, dude, yeah, I'm in Germany, you know, and then now it's just like dealing with the Germans. Man. They're so rude. So rude.
Yeah.
I mean, some people are nice, you know, like my landlord, she's fucking awesome. My old landlord was the shit. So, check this. My first place, I moved into this really nice apartment that I could afford. The reason I could afford it was because it was right above a restaurant. They're like, you know, we're going to lease this out. We haven't had anybody actually lease this yet because, you know, nobody wants to live above a restaurant. It can get noisy. It can get loud. And it was kind of a bar too. And so I was like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I am 23 years old, 22 years old in Germany. Who cares? Like, let's go. And dude, like, he was the coolest. He'd let me use his garage because I used to work on my car all the time. And then he'd like sometimes he'd have leftover food, and like so, you know, my basement is the restaurant. So he would like open the door sometimes, and he'd be like, "Hello, Layne," and I'd be like, "Yeah, what's up, man?" He's like, "I have extra food. Do you want some?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I do." And then like he'd give me like he'd give me the food, but then he'd also give me like a free beer of Bitburger, and Bitburger is like pretty good here. It's like a Pils.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and so like he'd just give me a complimentary beer to go with it. He's like, you need something to wash it down, you know? I'm like, yeah, I do. And like, so yeah, he'd just give me usually it was just like extra, like, it would be like a whole meal really, but it would be like fries and then like sometimes it was steak, sometimes it was chicken, like a breaded chicken. I'm like, dude, I'm eating
That's a
good.
pretty cool dude.
Dude, he was awesome. But yeah.
This was the beer I drank a lot in Germany when I was there for the week that I was there. It was pretty good. I liked it a lot. Das Hella.
Oh yeah.
It's really good. I also just love the swing top.
Yeah, the swing tops, those things are like,
So nice.
yeah, they're pretty convenient.
And then you can reuse the bottle.
Yeah,
Which
a lot of
nice.
people do. A lot of people do. A lot of people keep the crates that those come in. I
Yeah?
use them for like, I don't know what the fuck that you'd use them for, except for like vinyl and shit. I don't know. Like,
Yep.
There
like
you go.
vinyl crates, old vinyl crates. Yeah, Germany is anymore. I'm just ready to get out of here. Colorado.
What are the gun laws like in Germany?
So you can only have a long rifle, and it's got to be used for hunting, and you have to be like, I think you have to be like part of a club, like a sportsman club, and then like of course the government has to know where it's at in your home and everything.
So like no
Yeah.
pistols at all. No pistols, not even a
I don't
revolver.
think so, man. I don't think so. No pistols,
Well-
like
Hmm.
that's like a
Then
fucking felony. That's like if you get caught with a pistol, it's like a big deal. I was talking to one of the German police that worked with me about it. He was like, yeah, because we had a guy come on base and he was drunk as fuck. It was like 11 in the morning and he had a pistol on him and everything. He was German, but like he was like coming on to the base and he was just out of it. We're like, okay, this guy's fucked up. And so, yeah, he got fucked pretty bad. I don't remember if he had drugs on him or not, but like, yeah, it's a huge no-no.
yeah.
Sure.
But then like, you know, here in America you can go to an auction and buy like a crate of 20 guns.
Good.
Whoever's selling them to you, they don't even know who the owners are. Probably died 20 years ago. They've been sitting in a locker for 50 years.
Yeah.
God, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I
I love
know.
America.
I miss
Love
the States,
America.
man.
It's the best.
Hey, if everybody has a gun, it's all equal. That's a great equalizer
You
right
see
there.
there was
Right.
a funny skit of like, who did it? Basically, it was like how everybody gets their way is like it was just a family, right? And it was like, hey, I need you to put the dishes away for me tonight. And it was like a mom talking to the daughter. And she's like, yeah, I don't really feel like it. And then the mom's like, pulled out a gun. She's like, I'm sorry. You thought this was a choice? And then the daughter's like, oh, okay. Not so fast. Like, it just went through the whole thing. It was fucking
Little
funny.
Mexican standoff we
Yeah,
got here.
Oh, that reminds me of American Dad. Pen gun, mightier than the sword. Sword gun, mightier than the pen gun. And then he just goes on and on. Opens up the spice cabinet, and the last thing he says is paprika. And then Fran was like, I use that spice cabinet all the time. I've never seen those guns before. And not the paprika enough, or whatever.
Nice. Here in Japan, guns are not even really a thing.
Yeah, dude.
Like criminals don't have guns. We have knife attacks, not shootings. And like to get a gun, okay. So kind of like Germany, the only reason you can have a gun is for like hunting and ski shooting nowadays. So that's the only that's the only way you can even get a gun, like is if you want to do those things.
Wow. How depressing.
Yeah, I know, but there's so many people that like don't hunt anymore. It's like this whole older generation of men, and mostly just men, mountain people and stuff that are just dying off, and their kids aren't hunting or anything like that. And the mountains, the wildlife is ridiculously huge in Japan because of it. It's really really awesome. So you could just go out and get like a 20 pointer with ease, basically, if you go to like certain areas.
Wow.
And I think that's awesome. I was like, oh my god, I didn't really hunt before I came here, but I was like, I'm definitely gonna try now.
Yeah, for sure. I would, especially over there.
Yeah.
What would you hunt over there?
Bear.
Oh my god. Yeah, if I went up to like northern, like I'm in the most southern, right?
Hokkaido.
So there's nothing I can hunt here in Okinawa. But if I go like the most northern, I can go like hunt deer, bear, boar. Well, maybe not most northern for boar, but like in the middle, I'll be hunting boar and stuff. And oh
Yeah.
my god, whenever 3/11 happened, the disaster, the nuclear plant explosion
Oh yeah.
with the earthquake and everything, they like right after that they had this massive boar population explosion. Like the boar population went up like crazy. So they're paying, the government's paying people to like catch boars all over the country.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like Germany. Germany has the same thing. They have like a boar problem. I almost hit a bunch one night coming
Yeah.
back from Karlsruhe. Yeah, they're all over. They're all over.
Oh, but you know, like
Yeah.
a crazy thing, because they have these huge populations of animals, right? Is these animals, like they kind of battle for food or whatever in the wild because of that. So a lot of them are going to the fields, like farmers' fields, to get like food and everything.
Yeah.
And brings me to this cool article that I found, guys. I gotta tell you about. It is awesome. It is. Let me pull it up just so I get it right.
Okay, I'll be right back. Keep
All
going.
right, no problem. Monkey Busters.
Oh, I'm
You may
excited
be
about
thinking,
this.
what is a monkey buster? It is a group of elderly women in mainland Japan that are protecting like farmers' fields from monkeys. Couldn't get a hold of them. I was like, oh, this sucks. It'd be perfect, but I wasn't able to do it. Yeah, Layne, monkey busters. What do you think that's about?
Monkey Busters. I think it's about an overpopulation of monkeys, and you go around and you bust them on the head, and then you take their bananas. I don't know. What's a
Well,
monkey buster?
yeah, it's this little group. Pretty cool. It's these old women that have formed this group to protect the farmers' fields in their area, and they're actually shooting airsoft guns at monkeys to get them out of the fields from like stealing crops and shit.
Dude.
So the monkeys are coming down from the mountains to like steal bananas, or maybe not bananas, but just anything out of the fields.
Mm-hmm.
And you got these, whenever I say old women, I don't mean like, oh, they're like 40, 50s. No, I'm talking like 70s, late 60s. And they have like those rifle airsoft guns, and they're just busting monkeys left and right.
Granny.
That is
Granny with a
crazy.
gun.
Is it airsoft? I thought it was air rifles, like the metal BB ones.
Yeah, it might. From
'Cause
what
I
I
don't think-
read,
Are they
I don't think
using
those
plastic or metal?
I don't think those. Yeah, I think those plastic ones would deter a monkey.
I
Yeah.
mean, they're little creatures, man. I don't know
that
how
was something
tough
I was gonna talk to them about, like what exactly they were using. But whenever I tried to interview them, but they were just too busy doing their thing.
Too busy busting monkeys.
Yeah, busting monkeys.
Oh,
If-
I had like a slew of questions. I was gonna be like, "Do you spank the monkey to get rid of it?" it's gonna be
Bad
great.
monkey.
Yeah. Okay. Listen to this though. The youngest out of them is 67 years old.
Yeah, but
This
that's
old
different
lady
there.
just busting monkeys.
So like 67 for like an Asian woman is very different than like 67 here in America. Like you get to 67 here and you're like old and decrepit. 67 in like Asia is like you're just still really healthy because Asia's just healthier.
Yeah. Well,
You know, it's
they're just probably finding something to do because they just retired or something.
Yeah, that too.
you know what
Like you retire here in America, you're too worn out to do anything.
Yeah,
The system just beat you down.
that's true.
you know what they did, or you know what it was like when the Vietnamese found like dead U.S. troops in in the Vietnam War.
Hmm.
They so
I think I
like
know where you're going.
yeah, so like basically the food that we eat, all the preservatives, they would keep our bodies intact for like a good like week or two before like real decay, noticeable decay started. And mind you, this is in the jungle. But like for the Vietnamese, if they found their people dead in the jungle, it would take probably a day, and you would already see like their shit, like just their skin rotting and all the decay and shit
Yeah.
from that. It was because of the preservatives that we ate as Americans.
That reminds
Oh
me
yeah.
of a really good joke I told Mark back in the day before we had our like 2-3 years of like no communication because he forgot his Facebook password. He was still doing mortician school.
You didn't
And
just
talk to him.
want to make a new fucking Facebook?
Nah, I wasn't
Like,
into it
nah,
anymore.
fuck you, Jed.
Yeah, now fuck social media kind of sucks. I get it. But no, so I'm talking to him. And I'm like, "What you up to, man?" He's like, "Oh, I just finished an embalming, about to go get some food." And I was like, "Ah, make sure to wash your hands. Our food's got enough preservatives in it."
That's true.
Yeah.
I read a strange fact. Maybe you guys will think this is funny. If you have a diet of nothing but Mountain Dew and Twinkies, you will literally embalm yourself.
Let me get on that.
It's like it only takes like a year.
And then I'll live forever.
I think you'd probably die by like week 3, though.
Probably.
Let's be honest.
Probably. No
Yeah.
protein.
Malnutrition.
Yeah.
Just fucking craving some kind of fucking protein.
You'd probably die of dehydration, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
it'd be like it would hurt to
Water.
piss.
Water.
Yeah.
I need it.
It's like SpongeBob in the desert.
Oh
Dude.
yeah, the creator SpongeBob just died too. Big sad.
That was a while ago,
really?
wasn't it?
Yeah, a few weeks.
Dang,
That was
man,
like
I had no idea.
years.
Yeah.
I thought
Was
that
it years
a few
ago?
years ago, man.
I don't know.
I
Maybe
have-
they started posting about it again. I don't know.
Well, that
Oh,
one guy died from Black Panther.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman. He died of colon cancer. He's been fighting it for years.
Cole.
And no one knew. No one knew. He would like go visit kids in the hospital dying from their own cancer, looking healthy as heck. Wouldn't say shit.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think he was gonna front on some kids like, "What are you doing? You're just sitting here in a bed and I'm getting my gains on."
Yeah, he's like,
I have cancer
"Just
too,
made a
man. I have
multi-million
cancer
dollar
too.
movie, blockbuster hit, bro.
Yeah,
What are you
bro.
doing over here, little Timmy, with your fucking brain cancer? Get the fuck out of here. Get some real cancer in you." Oh my god, that's terrible. That's fucking terrible.
That's so bad.
I can't even.
Yeah. Another recent death. Jeffrey Epstein's plastic surgeon just died in a plane crash, and they said that the reason for that was that the fuel was mixed wrong. But if you guys know anything about planes and piloting, they do so many fucking checks before they take off, and all the fuel is color coded. And like right before they take off, like they'll get to the end of the runway, and they'll do like an engine like turn up, like max torque on the engines to see if anything's wrong before they take off. So if it was gonna fail, it would have failed there. So I don't know.
Wow,
I mean,
that's
you got
weird.
I'm just
There's a
saying,
lot of
man,
shit weird with that whole fucking thing, man.
plane count goes up.
Dude, like
Yeah, we
even
were just talking about
conspiracy
that
theory people,
too.
or even people who were not into conspiracies, are on fucking board with this. It makes no fucking sense, dude. Everything, it just doesn't make sense, man. Just doesn't add up, you know?
It's ridiculous.
Speaking of
Like, how
conspiracy
stupid
theory,
do they think we are?
well, how stupid are we as an American people?
Not that
As a
stupid. As a people, not that stupid.
people are stupid.
We're making memes about it because it's a fucking joke. The guy didn't fucking kill himself. Okay, maybe he did kill himself, but was he
No.
forced? Well, no. He could
Forced to
have.
break his own neck.
Yeah, his
Yeah,
neck was
that's true.
broken.
That's true. He was told, "Hey, go fucking kill yourself. Like, make it like, you know what I mean? Go kill yourself. Have that
Mhm.
big dude that he was in jail with fucking snap his
Yep.
fucking neck."
Maybe. I don't know.
Damn.
But you guys watched that video I sent you, right, of that Italian doctor?
Yeah, I did.
Now, that's
I
interesting.
seen part of it and then it wouldn't load, so
Yeah,
I
basically,
just
I'll summarize it for you. He kind of went through and said that nobody's gonna tell you this besides him, but the entire COVID thing is a whole plan, like an international plan to reduce population and control people,
I believe
and
it.
that the
oh my
and that the
lord.
vaccine is actually gonna make us sicker. It's gonna reduce us, like make us super weak, so we can't fight back. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like some shit they would do.
Dude, I've heard so much shit. I've heard that
Ridiculous.
we've had this technology to merge with technology for like the longest time. But like they know that that the people in general are not going to go for a chip in their arm or anything like that.
Yeah.
So there's this thing like it's called like plasma grade or some shit like that, to where they can put it in the vaccine. So when they give you the vaccine, it instead of having a chip in you, it eventually will form in you, like the
Like
chip.
all the little pieces will come together.
Yeah, like they've perfected this nanotechnology to where it can fucking do that. And then
Wow.
like it's to merge us with technology. I don't fucking know. That's like some lady was fucking talking about that. Like I've heard that. I've heard like what you were talking about, how it's gonna make us weaker. I've heard that it's gonna completely just not make you weak, but kill a certain amount of people off.
Yeah.
And then like, because if you look at like the possibility of that happening, it's totally possible. The way that they're rushing it, it's like, okay, it's good that we get a vaccine out, but should we rush it the way we are? I mean,
Yeah.
And that was one thing
they're rushing through
that
cycles.
really threw me off about that video was the one big takeaway I took from it was that he said we already have COVID, and that the testing for COVID is what activates it.
What? This is
Yeah.
crazy.
So
He
they
says
have.
test will increasingly come back positive because you already have it and they're just activating it.
Hmm.
And he says that it's all bullshit. All of COVID is like a whole like plot. And I'm like, I mean, I don't think America and China would be working together on anything this big, but
I don't
I
think
don't know. I can see it.
you could get anybody to work on like no country is gonna work with each other on this big scale.
That's the thing, though. It's
Like
you got to think past countries. It's not countries doing this. It's
Globalists,
like
man.
the big corporations that own the whole fucking world.
I mean, yeah.
this is really. I see where you guys are coming from, but I just can't wrap my head around somebody really wanting to control population. Like it just doesn't. It seems such like an alien
I
concept to
mean,
me.
dude, if you think about it, we're already being controlled, like through
Yeah.
media, through our emotions. Like look at what a TV like. Okay, here's something a little weird, or a little thought provoking. So, TV, what does that stand for, Mark?
Television.
Say that really slow.
Television.
Tell a vision. It's a
Oh.
little weird. And then when you tune into the TV, what are you watching?
Shows.
News.
What do the old people call it?
Moving pictures. How old we going here?
Okay, program. Like,
Oh,
hey,
program.
don't turn off my program. So it's like you're being programmed
We're being
by
brainwashed.
television, kind of like brainwashed. I don't know, man. Hey, dude.
I don't know. Hold on, let me get my
I'm just
tinfoil
throwing some
hat.
shit out there. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. I see where you're coming from. Something to think
It's
about.
just a little. I mean, because dude, like, if you did an experiment, say you for 1 month, you watched the news every day, and you monitored your your like your thoughts, your feelings, like positive, negative, and then you took the news away, went on walks outside with nature, and then you wrote down like your
Yeah.
emotions, positive, negative,
Like you
whatever.
just did like a daily journal for like 2
Guaranteed.
months, but 1 month news, 1 month no news, and just nature.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, yeah. You'd have more positive thoughts for the nature.
Yeah.
Everybody
It's
says
like
that.
thing that perpetuates. If you took the news away, right? Some news, yeah, we fucking need. Like if like there was a homeless guy like Jed's dad or some shit. Not saying he's homeless, but if
He
like,
just got out home.
if there was a hobo dude out in the middle of nowhere that did not have a TV, knew nothing, and then he walked into town one day and saw people wearing fucking masks, he'd be like, yo, what the fuck's going on here? Like, cause he doesn't fucking watch the news. Like,
Yeah.
some news is fucking obvious. Like we need it, right?
Yeah.
But some news is just bullshit. Like, so much of it is bullshit.
Yeah.
That goes back to the what you were talking about, Jed, with the why the news is so
Shit. Bullshit. Crap.
it's made up.
Unreliable.
It's
Yeah.
fucking it's fugazi. It's fugazi. It's
Yeah. They get a little piece. They get a little piece, a headline. They'll be like, "Ooh, somebody's gonna want to read that," and they'll push
well,
it
yeah,
out. They don't
they
fact check it. They don't do shit.
They build it
Mhm.
up more than what it's really
Mhm.
is. Like,
Well,
instead of a man gets shot, it's a black man gets shot tremendously, like or
By racist
crazy
cops.
shit. But like the reason they do that is for what? Ratings. And so
Views.
now it's like because they don't have good ratings anymore. No one's watching the fucking news. Everyone's going to YouTube. Everyone's going to Facebook. Like that is the new news. And you can't get on Facebook or YouTube without seeing something political. You cannot do it. You can't. Can't do it.
Possible.
Like even if you're watching a video of what the fuck's it like just I'm watching a video on yo-yos today. The next video is gonna be fucking Joe Biden. Fucking dumb shit, dude. Dumb shit.
Yeah.
And it's
Ridiculous.
just forced. So it's in your fucking face, man. It's so in your face. It's like you can't get away from it unless you get away from it. Unless you just put the phone down, go for a run, go for a walk, and breathe in the fresh air. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's something that I notice when I go home. I'm just like I don't watch as much TV because I'm like I'm always with friends or my parents or both, and I'm just always busy and doing stuff. And I'm just like not looking at news. I'm out. It's a lot more country than it is around here. You know, I'm just like looking at fields and shit, looking at trees. I'm like, fucking, this is awesome, man. I miss it here. And I come back here and I'm like, fuck, I gotta go back home. I'm getting depressed again. Shit, because
Yeah.
man, this concrete jungle is it's rough. And yeah, the news makes the news is depressing. Like I don't watch the news when I'm up here, but like it seeps in. It always seeps in. If you don't watch it, somebody else watches it and they tell you about it.
oh yeah, they want to talk about.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody's trying to be a news channel too nowadays. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how I feel like whenever I talk to people back home. They want to tell me what's going on, but they want to tell me like their opinion and their CNN life, I guess.
Yeah.
And or somebody wants to tell me their Fox life, or oh my god, it's ridiculous. And
Yeah.
I mean, there is newsworthy things like Layne was saying with the whole mask thing, but then also at the same time, do I really need to know about the price of water in Egypt? That's not affecting my daily life. I don't
Yes, you need to know that.
I don't need to
It's gonna
bring that
gonna make
into my sphere. I think this was a really nice thing about growing up where we did, being so rural and everything. That community is isolated, not completely isolated, because we're not some backwards mountain hillbillies, but we do keep to ourselves. We care about our local news quite a bit, and
Yeah.
we push a lot of that global news like away. Only
Yeah.
some things filter in. You know, I think that was a good thing growing up in that environment, and I try to take that mentality to where I am now here in Japan in the big city. You know.
Yeah. Care about your local news, you know.
Yep.
for
Like get
sure.
involved with your local community too. Do you guys do that where you're at or no?
Well, not so much. I should technically, especially right now, just because stuff's kind of hitting the fan. But no, I mean, I kind of stay to myself. I go to work, I come home, and if I'm not at work and at home, I'm maybe doing DoorDash for some extra cash, or I'm back home visiting family. I'm a very keep to myself kind of guy. Might hang out with some
Yeah.
friends if I got some extra cash and want to go to the bar, but you know,
Yeah, this isn't really where I hang my hat, I'm just a
yeah, right.
passerby. So
Yeah.
I have no investment here to.
It's just where I'm living right now.
Yeah, I mean,
But like
I'll
community
move.
on base though, right? Like with the military big family, you could say. Town.
Yeah, that kind of ended when I got out. Uh,
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
don't. I really don't feel like going back, saying hey to those guys. You know what I mean?
Well, I understand.
To each their own.
I
But like some people, they'll keep in touch. But like I got a couple friends I keep in touch with. I gotta actually. I'm in a couple group chats, but we're pretty. We used to be a lot closer, but everything we spread out, went our own ways, and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
So,
That's kind
but
of how I was in college too. Like, I was in a fraternity and we were all around each other all the time. And we'd always like, hang out together and like see each other and be like, "What's up, man? How you doing?" But then, we graduated and everybody kind of went their own ways. Like my best friend that I used to live with, he's up in Appleton. I barely talk to him because he's so busy with work and I'm so busy with work and, you know, both kind of doing our own things right now. We keep like, "We gotta get together soon." He's like, "I don't know, man. Whenever I get a weekend off, I'm trying to, hang with my girlfriend and get caught up on like my relaxing time." And I'm like, I feel that, my dude, because that's what I'm doing. And yeah, it's just people gotta live lives.
yeah,
yeah, I moved here with no people I really know or I'm close to, right?
What about your
Being out.
wife?
Well, her, whatever. But
my who?
like I
What?
put myself in the community. I did, something that a lot of people don't do. I went out locally and I teach English to the local kids for like just enough money to buy the paper and pencils and stuff. And like, because I think I'm bringing that from like the hometown, like be involved with the community mentality to like where I'm at now, because
Yeah,
this
dude.
is my new home. I know you're just passing by through Germany, and Jed is just enjoying tons of cheese and sausages in Wisconsin. So why would you do anything else? But I think
Don't forget
I
the
don't know.
beer.
I'm just trying to make the most of like my life here as well, with
Yeah.
like bringing elements from home to my new home.
Damn, dude, that's good to hear. You're over there making a change,
Yeah,
making a
bringing.
difference.
I mean, I'm working with the kids or whatever, and they've only seen like their white teacher and like white people or foreigners, not even just white people or whatever, just foreigners out on the streets, like passing by. But then like they get to work with me. We're learning about English. We do like little parties and stuff, like learn about the holidays that we celebrate in America that maybe they don't, in Japan and stuff like that. And we really get to like form this connection where they're really learning about like basically Midwest American culture from me, and I've actually learned quite a lot of Japanese from little kids, so I kind of sound like a youngin too. And they're teaching me cultural things as well, and it's really neat. I mean, I think I think I'd be a lot worse off, and I really hate where I'm at if I wasn't doing that, like bringing, uh, you know, my old life, making a new life, and merging them together right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
that's
will say, I do hate living in the city, as far as
I
that
think
goes too.
I think one of my friends in college did like a whole study on like coming to a new area and not joining the community is like super bad for your like health, like your mental health, because you kind of view it as like you're an outsider. Like you're not part of the community, so you're an outsider. But like you didn't join the community. Like it's not because they didn't welcome you, it's because you just didn't join them. So a lot of people can't do that. They come to a new community and they stay to themselves and then they get super depressed. And they're like, I don't know why I'm so like sad all the time. Well, it's because you're not in the community. You're just
Yeah,
around them.
Hmm.
And I get that.
yeah, I can
Huh.
see that. That's like before I started teaching these kids and like getting involved and going to like the functions in the local office, I guess you could say. That's because that's where I teach at, is like this local city area office, I guess. Um, and like then that's whenever I was meeting the people that go there, the kids as parents, and like really doing a lot of stuff and really feeling like I actually lived here. It wasn't just like I'm a guest, you know. So,
Yeah.
so you're totally right about that. But I had to put myself out there because Japanese
Exactly.
people are not going to come up to, they're super shy. Even if they know English, they won't speak English to you. Do you get that in Germany, Layne?
Yeah, and I got it a lot in Spain. Like probably more in Spain. Not, yeah, definitely more in Spain. Germany, like if they know English, especially around here, they know it's a big military area. So like
Uh,
they're gonna talk to you in English for sure. But they'll like
Yeah.
first they'll start off in German just to be like, all right, does this guy even know German? Like I feel like that's how they do it, and like most of the time, no one knows German. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Do they
but
Like
appreciate if you try though?
I'm sure they do. Uh, there's a lot of different slang you could use. Like when you say bye, you could say choose, or you could say ciao, uh, which is like I think French, really. But
juicy.
yeah, fuck, that shit's annoying. That's annoying right there.
I know,
Cheesy.
yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, God bless you. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
But
When I was,
yeah.
go ahead. You, yeah, so like when I was there, whenever I like went to shops and stuff, I'd be like, "Kann ich haben eine?" And they'd be like, "Stop, just speak English, man." I'm
Stop.
like, I'm like, was it that bad? Am I that bad? Like, we can just, I know you're American, just it's easier.
Let's cut
Yeah.
out the middleman. Let's.
Right.
Like, let's cut the bullshit. All right. Like they literally say that to you. Like, hey, cut the bullshit. You're American. Get in here. Let's get you a cheeseburger
I've
or something.
I've
No,
had some situations like that
Dude, Jed,
where it's like
what,
I'll speak Jap. Okay,
what,
wait, we're getting bad connection.
what, uh, what?
Layne, go with your question.
uh, well, it kind of would be better if you just went, Mark, because it had nothing to
All
do with
right.
it.
Well, now I'm curious. I'm not gonna be
I'll
able to
ask it
pass
after Mark.
this. Okay, Mark,
Okay.
go ahead.
All right. Yeah. So going to like in a shop, like you were saying, like they're just saying, cut the bullshit, speak English. Here in Japan, I will try my damnedest to speak Japanese, and they'll just keep on going English back at me. I'm like, come on, like I'm not just a passerby. I actually live here, man. Like you
Right?
see me quite a bit. Like it's
Just trying to
okay.
make
We
it
could.
easy, man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Uh,
but he's trying to learn.
yeah. It's funny
Exactly.
though.
Yeah, I got that.
There was a really nice older guy that spoke perfect English, and he just said, "So where'd you learn your Japanese?" And I was like, "Oh, here and there, mostly like from living here and teaching a little bit of English." And he's like, "It's awful, so work on it." He's like, "You're terrible. I
It's
just want
fucking
you to know
awful,
that."
buddy. So get your shit together or get the fuck out.
Right? Right?
Oh
He's
my
like, well,
god.
that's some of the worst Japanese I have ever heard in my entire life. And I am 75 years old. Like, damn.
That
Ouch.
Japanese was so bad, Godzilla had a stroke trying to understand it.
Exactly.
Lane, what were you
You,
gonna ask, man?
yeah,
Oh,
did you?
I was trying to figure out, like, we had a bomb ass meal, like me and Jed, because
Oh yeah.
like, hey, I'm meeting, or I'm going to Mannheim, or whatever. Or he was like, let's meet in Mannheim, and I was like, yeah, cool. So yeah, we met in fucking Mannheim, and then we
I
went
didn't know this.
for, yeah, we went for steaks, I think,
Yep.
like some tall ass fucking beer, dude, like
Dude,
Pils.
I have that
By his
glass
baby.
somewhere. I'm not sure where it is, but
Yeah,
I
this
still got
motherfucker
that
stole
glass.
a glass too. He was
It
like,
was like a Pilsner glass, but it was also like a horn. And I
yeah, it
was
was
like,
a
that's
horn.
fucking dope.
It was like a horn glass, and he was like, yeah, taking that
He
shit.
just left with
Yeah,
Dude,
it.
he
and
like
then
he
I
like
had it with me the whole rest of the night. We like went to a hookah lounge, and I still had this cup
Yeah.
in my coat that I put like under my legs or whatever. But no, it was
Oh
super
my
cool. I hadn't
god,
seen this guy since high
you
school.
little
4
shit.
years later, we met up in Germany. It was awesome.
Yeah, what happened to that girl, man? Weren't you with like the
Elena?
girl?
Yeah,
Sure.
she's still there, man. She's still over there in Neunkirchen. She's teaching English, doing some other stuff. Living life.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds like you guys had a blast.
We did. It's fucking cool. It was really
Yeah, it
nice
was a
too,
good
because
night.
it was me, Layne, and Caitlin, right?
Yeah.
So like,
Cool.
me and Layne know a little bit of German, but with Helena there, it was a lot easier. Everything was easier because she
Yeah.
knew perfect German. It was awesome. She
Yeah.
ordered
It
for
was like
us.
having a trip guide.
Yeah, it was nice. It was really nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hookah
like
lounge was sweet.
going to like little places that are like mom and pop places here in Okinawa because it'll be like run by like an old lady and her like friend or her husband, and they absolutely know zero English. Like maybe the husband will know like a couple words of English because he used to like work with the base or something. It's always that situation. So like, or it's where they barely know Japanese. Well, they know Japanese, but their Japanese is more so like Okinawan dialect Japanese. And so having Kaidi there is like perfect. I get what you guys are saying. It's
Yeah.
it's a really big language barrier sometimes.
Dude,
Just
I
being
bet with you over there, like, dude, if I heard some of that shit, I'd be like, fuck. Like, at least some of the words in German, it's like Bratwurst. It's like, okay, I know what the fuck that is. I'll take one or two. And like hamburger, like some of the shit is just easy.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
The thing that
yeah,
always screwed me up with German was like I'd be talking to people and they'd be talking their normal cadence, but for someone that doesn't speak German, like what the fuck did you just say?
yeah,
I'm
that's an
on single
issue.
words at a time, my man. Just
Yeah,
slow it down.
space them out, space them out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But then it's the
Ugh.
same thing with us. Like I talk too fast to some of the drivers we have come through Amazon, and they're like, "What? My English not so good. Can you slower?" But then I
Who's
have another
driving
guy that
for
comes through.
Amazon?
What's that?
Who the fuck's driving for
Like new
Amazon that doesn't speak
immigrants.
English?
Oh, dude,
New
a lot
immigrants.
of Eastern Europeans drive for Amazon. Not really Amazon, like
Nice.
they're not like hired by Amazon, but like they're hired by their own truck companies, and then Amazon contracts those companies. So we have like JB Hunt does a lot of work
Right.
for us, and we have a bunch of other like independent contractors that come in like just move trailers around for us. We have this one
Cool.
guy though. He came in and I was like checking out his phone and like because I had to like scan a QR code or whatever, and I saw that it was in German. I was like, "Sprecht du Deutsch?" And he's like, "Yeah, do you?" And I was like, ein bisschen. He's like, "It's bad."
He's
And
like,
then
stop right there.
pretty much, no, he was cool. He was cool. We chatted a little bit. And he walked me through it. But then my friend comes over, and she was born in Poland, and she just starts speaking Polish to this guy, and he goes back right at her. I'm like, how many fucking languages? He knows like 7 languages.
It's crazy how many like languages people
Ridiculous.
really know that aren't from the
Yeah.
States. Like
And
embarrassing. I
the
know one.
Somalian guy I work with, he knows English, Somalian, Arabic. I want to say Urdu, and then like French. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And he's younger than I am. I'm like, I just feel like I was failed by the American education system.
Well, it's also about like where you're living too. Don't just think it's like education system failing because he's probably like living in an area where all those languages are spoken.
Yeah,
So you got to learn a little bit of each, and then by the time you get older, you've kind of
most of it.
chosen what languages you're going to primarily use. I remember going to college for the first time, and I kind of thought that same way because my neighbor spoke like 5 languages. He was from Africa, and like he moved to America and then learned English. His English was so bad whenever I first met him, but like by the end of my my time there, he was perfect. I remember he moved to DC and he was like, "Dude, you get on a bus in DC and there's 50 people on there and there's 50 different languages." He's like,
Oh,
"I
I'm
walk out of my
sure.
house and there's a dead body on the floor." He's talking about how he was terrified whenever he first came to America because he was living in D.C. and it was like just awful because he was living in the hood and he had no idea.
It's probably all he could
Yeah.
afford or something, being new
Yeah.
like to America. and
Oh
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, like I live in what people call a ghetto, but like I've had no problems here. But I also knew that it was, had a bad rep going in. They're like, dude, they had to change the name of the street because there were so many shootings. And I'm like, I think I've heard like one gunshot, and it was like way the
So,
fuck over
what does
there.
that do for the shoot to like stop the shootings?
Well, they also put a cop house across from the apartment managing like building, so I guess that's the main
Like
turn.
when you said that, I was like, okay, we're gonna meet up on Colorado Street, all right, and we're gonna fuck some people up tonight, guys. You in, fellas? Yeah, we're in. And then like they get there and it's like fucking Denver Street. It's like, oh shit. Well, fuck. Well, I guess we gotta go home because they changed the fucking street name. Our plans are fucking
No, I
bust.
No,
I
I
think
think it
the
was
only
more
thing
of
it
a
changes is the city stats, right?
yeah.
On crime. So like,
That's the reason.
oh, it's the same area, but it's a different street name. So whenever they look it up, it'll be
Yeah.
different.
So like they added the cop house to stop the shootings, but then they
They
changed
can't
the
just,
name so when people
can
look
they?
up the address, they're like, well, there's been no shootings on Denver Street,
Hmm.
even though there's been like 30,000 shootings on Colorado. But like, there's no shootings on this street, you know? So like
Yeah.
they changed it to have the reputation kind of fade away after they added the cop house.
They're gonna get more. Uh, yeah, like it's just gonna be like, oh, there's a lot of shootings on this street again, so we'll have to change the name
Yeah,
again.
exactly.
Yeah.
I see you have
I
like 7 streets not even
There's
existing.
anymore?
What's up with that?
Well, then again, with Racine, dude, and like I lived in Kenosha for 4 years when I was going to college, and then I moved up to Racine because it was cheaper. Um, and Kenosha is nice and simple, dude. Easy grid system
Yeah, it looks real nice and simple today.
for like navigation wise. You got your avenues going north and south, streets go east and west, and they're numbered from up here all the way down, getting bigger. Nice and easy. You can get around pretty easy. Racine, totally different animal. Somebody took a handful of wet spaghetti, tossed it at a map, and said, "Those look like good streets." It's ridiculous. It's so hard to
Hmm.
get around. It's
Really?
ridiculous. So yeah, they wouldn't even notice there was streets that weren't there. They'd be like, "Hey, it's probably somewhere in the mess." It's ridiculous.
In a mess.
It's
I
like if
remember.
you look at an aerial view of like New York versus Boston, it's the same kind of thing with Kenosha and Racine.
Jeez.
Totally
Yeah,
different.
streets here in Japan are ridiculous, guys. Driving around is so hard. They have to have like mirrors up so you can see around the corner because
Yeah,
the streets are so narrow and so small.
we have that
Oh
too.
my god, so bad. And houses are just like on top of each other.
Couldn't do
It's
it, man.
bad.
Couldn't do
Yeah,
that.
I like my space.
Drives me crazy. That's why I'll take trips to like the rural areas on the island, or I'll go to like another island, like a smaller one with like 5 houses or something. I'll be like, yeah, this is the right amount of space I need.
Um, yeah, that's something that I noticed in Germany too, because I was staying in like a really old village. It was like a 750-year-old village. The streets were so narrow. I mean, they weren't made for two-lane traffic. They were so narrow. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you should see
They're made for
Spain's.
horses.
Yeah,
Spain's is like pretty bad. It's like ridiculous. It's terrible. Like I had my
yeah, yeah,
Jeep in Spain and like I could not take it on the certain roads.
yeah, because it's a wide vehicle. Yeah,
Yeah.
Are they
that's
rough though,
interesting.
or is it like smooth roads for the most
Cobblestone.
part? Oh, yeah.
Cobblestone.
So,
Good thing you had a Jeep.
and it's old cobblestone too, so it's like,
You
super.
needed that Jeep.
Dude, that's how
Yeah.
the hostlers we use, which is just like a semi with a hydraulic fifth wheel, they'll just start bouncing for no reason at all. Like, oh, you should be driving along, and then all of a sudden, what the heck? And the whole cab shaking. You're like, why? Why are you doing this? Can we stop now? I'm gonna puke. So you slam on the brakes, and it goes, wah, wah, and then it stops, and then you keep going. A little while later, I'm like, why are we doing this? I don't know. They can't tell me why.
Hmm. You know, Neuralink. You know what Neuralink is?
No, I assume it has something to do with the brain and linking.
Yeah, actually. Mark, do you know Neuralink? Elon Musk's. Okay, so he debuted it. So this has been talked about for like, I don't know, like a year now. But it's basically an implant. It's a super small implant, and it's got these microfibers that go into your brain. And they right now he's saying that he wants to use it for patients that have like Alzheimer's
Yeah.
or other mental like vision loss or memory loss or Alzheimer's,
Well, like a
like
brain problem.
other brain problems, right? Something that can be controlled with the firing of like giving it electric zap, you know.
Yeah. Just
And
like
so
jumpstart the neurons.
yeah, and
Okay,
so he
I see.
debuted it, and like the shit that he says you'll be able to do with it eventually is like crazy as fuck. Like you'll be able to like recall shit from like when you were very very little. Like you'll be able to do all sorts of shit. Like
That's wild.
yeah,
I've
you're
always
like
admired Musk because the man, like, he understands that he's not gonna be able to do everything, but he's gonna fucking try. He just
yeah
wants to push that envelope as far as he can. He's like, I'm gonna get to Mars. I don't care if I spend my entire fortune trying and fail. I'm gonna get to Mars. And I'm like, respect. He's
yeah.
on the grind, man. This guy
Oh
just
dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's him. It's like a collective, you know. It's like him,
yeah.
and then he finds the best people in that field, and I guess he does have like great skills for organizing that as well, and getting funding too. Like he has a company just to like fund other companies, right? Like I think
Yeah.
that's basically what the Boring Company is to get
Well,
money
yes
for
and
other
no.
projects.
The boring companies, it's like his big funding thing right now, but it's also the base idea behind it was that he was going to bore tunnels under like LA and like other major cities that only electric cars could use because it'd be easier. You know, you wouldn't have to make it so big. You wouldn't have to make it like super wide for like clearance and stuff. All the cars would be on like little pads that would be hooked onto a rail system. So they'd, you'd go down this like elevator on this little pad, you drive on the little pad, and then it'd like hook up with your navigation system in your car, mostly Teslas probably, and then it would just zoom you like 200 miles per hour where you're going to go. And you don't need to have emissions, popping out all the time. You don't need to have electric or anything, and it's all controlled by automated. So like, driver just puts in, tells where they're going to go, takes a nap, 200 miles an
Hmm,
hour, right there. But like that's
nice.
a lot of work and a lot of infrastructure. So right now he's just kind of using the company to like put out flamethrowers for money and other shit.
That thing's awesome. Have you guys
Dude,
seen people
the
using
not a
that?
flamethrower, yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty dope.
That's pretty ridiculous.
Put some
YouTuber I
barbecue
watched in
lighter.
Britain got his shit taken away. The police came and they're like, "Hey, we watched your video where you were torching shit with this. We're gonna have to confiscate that. You're not supposed to have that." It's like, "Oh, but it's not a flamethrower. It's not a flamethrower."
It
He's like, "Yeah,
literally
but
says
it
not a
is.
flamethrower.
Yeah, but it is. But it is."
Huh.
Wouldn't it be terrible living in a country that's so not free?
I know. And then they probably raised tea prices on you too.
Well, we know what happens whenever you start raising tea taxes.
Did you know? So Arizona, who still sells tea in America for 99 cents, charges Britain $3 for the same shit.
Ha!
Oh yes, I love that.
Payback.
Take
That's
that,
Payback.
you
fucking funny.
little fucks.
Well, also if you think
255
about
years
it,
in the
like
import, it's got to get
yeah,
there. Yeah, I get
importing
it.
it.
But I like to
Like
just
if you
think,
get a Marlboro pack over here, that's like gold cigarettes. It's like, damn, you got Marlboros? Like the real Marlboros, not the fucking
yeah,
You got money.
yeah. So I guess I
Yeah.
can kind of see it. Or like Jack Daniels.
I heard that was a big thing back in the day, like getting American liquors in Europe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, still a thing. I mean,
hmm
yeah, I
well, I
don't.
mean,
I feel like you would like some liquors. I agree. Like American does pretty good whiskeys, right?
yeah,
But yeah, as far as beer goes, you don't want a American beer in Europe.
Yeah.
Now when you got Germany so close, and Belgium,
Germany, but before that though, I'll tell you what, Czech Republic, or what are they going by now? Like, because it's not Czechoslovakia, it's like Czech Republic,
yeah,
Prague. Their beer is to die for. That
Prague
shit is
is
awesome.
pretty cheap.
Oh yeah, it's cheap.
Dude, the cheapest fucking country I've ever been to, Romania. Like, it is stupid cheap. Like, it's ridiculous.
Is it like, what's the standard of living though for those people? Does it have to be cheap?
I mean, depends on like what we're talking about, like housing or like food or like what.
What? Okay, yeah, I should have. So what was super cheap for you? Like, what did you notice was super cheap? Like food prices?
Dude, everything. Yeah, food. Like, pretty much it was like cut. If I remember right, I think it was cut like for every dollar I would spend, it would be like. Okay, let me put it this way. Here in America, let's say I go to the store and I want a Monster. If I put $1 down, they would give me a Monster. That's like the equivalent, okay? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's how cheap they are. Like, you can get decent shit for cheap as fuck. Like, I got my suit over there. It was so cheap. It was like, it
Nice.
ended up costing me like $175, but like to
Yeah,
them
for a
it
nice.
was a lot. They were like, this is a really nice suit, and I was like, I
Yeah.
know it is. Getting this, like,
I
so
remember I was my roommate in college. He's from Africa, and I like had like basically thrown away like $4 on something stupid. He's like, that would get you a nice meal and a suit in my country. I was like, oh,
And a suit?
and a suit, a nice meal and a suit.
it's
I was like,
crazy. And
oh,
Yeah.
that just made me feel bad. I'm not gonna waste money in front of you anymore. It's
Right?
like, oh,
you're like sipping every like little bit of your like McDonald's drink, like just like making sure you get the
I
ice
appreciate
melted.
it. I really do. Just want you to know this.
Right?
I
Damn,
believe you, my friend.
it's crazy.
Um,
Shit.
so last night, after everybody else got off Call of Duty, I kept playing. And I was on Shoot House, right? I was on Shoot House. And I had a good old team kill. Just, I came around a corner, they were all there, right by Alpha. And I just shredded everybody, ducked back behind a little barricade to reload, came back, and I saw a dude trying to pick up a care package. So I shot him, and I went and stole it. But it wasn't a care package. It was a juggernaut. So I steal
Really?
this guy's fucking juggernaut, and not 30 seconds later, I get an invite to a party, and it's him. And I'm like, I get it. I'm kind of being a dick. I just stole this guy's juggernaut. I'll join the party. Let him bitch me out. Whatever.
Oh my
Sure as
god.
shit, I joined his party. Um, we ended up playing the rest of the night because he was super cool about it. I was super cool about it. We ended up playing GTA a little bit later. He's some cool dude from like North Carolina, just turned 18, and I kept talking about how much of a baby he was. It was hilarious. I was giving him so much shit. But yeah, he was a cool dude.
He
I
was
told him
trying
to
to be
watch the
cool with
podcast.
you. You fucked him over. Then you talk shit on him. Jesus, Jed.
Were you
What kind
okay
of
when you say
asshole are
like
you?
you're a baby? Do you mean like age-wise, or do you mean like, oh, you're a fucking baby, dude? So what? I took
Um,
your job.
no. Like he would talk about stuff, and I'd be like, "Oh, different generation, man. I
The
remember when
baby.
I was a little baby like you."
Uh,
And he
huh.
was like, I just, his mom took his Xbox, and I'm like, "Oh, I remember when my mom could take my shit because she bought it. I remember those days.
God.
Remember when I didn't have any bills? Little baby." I told him to watch the podcast. So if you're watching this, little baby,
Little baby.
That's
God, Jared.
terrible.
Took the guy's fucking jug. Now you're calling him a baby on the fucking podcast.
calling him out.
It's not very gentlemanlike there, Jed.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but come
What
on.
does it mean to you
Then
guys?
again,
Men have
What
to
does it
give
mean?
each other
What does it
shit.
mean to you guys to be
be a
a
gentleman,
gentleman? What does that mean to you?
uh, to not think only of yourself to respect people's property, to not be a total piece of shit all the time.
Do the right thing because it's the right thing,
Yeah.
not because somebody's forcing you to, or because you feel obligated by other pressures other than yourself.
You know what being a gentleman is to me? It's putting the trash in my pocket to wait until I find a garbage can instead of just throwing it on the ground. That's what being a gentleman to me is.
So you think
It's
about
taking
throwing
your
trash on the
cart
ground.
after you go to the grocery store, taking your cart back to the cart corral, right?
Yes.
Not just leaving it in the
Yes.
parking lot.
You take it back to the corral.
Don't be a
Wow.
dick.
That's what a damn.
I
There's a
open
lot of
doors for
things.
people.
Yeah, there
Hold
is a
doors
lot
for
of things,
people.
I guess.
Yeah.
Go to somebody's house. I don't just sit down. I'm just like, hey, can I sit down? And they're like, yeah, sure, man. Why are you even asking? I'm like, that's a polite thing to do.
Didn't want to take your shoes off, huh? I always hated those people that are like,
Oh.
man, take your shoes off, bro. It's like, oh shit, sorry.
I'll
Like
ask.
they have the nicest house in the world. Not. Like you go there and you're like, place is a fucking shithole. Like I'm keeping my shoes on, thank you very much. Like then they're like, come on, man, take your shoes off. I'm like, rather not.
I'll
Oh,
ask. Like,
you would come over to our place and take your shoes off, right? Whenever you were hanging out with my little
Well, yeah.
bro or whatever.
Well, number one, because your house was nice as fuck, and number
yeah,
two,
LaNell kept that shit spotless.
yeah, number two, I feared the wrath of LaNell Rowe. Like
Dude, she'd fuck you up.
that shit, dude. Oh my god, the first time I ever even met her, bro. Ever met her. Me and Logan were on the go-kart. And I'll never
I
forget
remember that thing. Yeah.
I'll never forget this. Like your dad didn't give a fuck. He was like, whatever. Go fucking have fun. Yada yada. And so like obviously it's just a one-seater go-kart. And I was like, fuck, dude, I don't want to take turns. He's like, yeah, this is kind of shitty. I was like, dude, fuck it. I'm gonna fucking sit on this thing. And so I was like sitting on the front of it, and we were driving around, and she comes out, and she's like, there's one seat. It's made for one ass. And I don't know what
She didn't
happened.
say it that nice either, I bet.
Oh, yeah. Well, there was words after that, but that's exactly what she said. She said, "See, it's made for one ass," and then like anything after that was like, just you know, Mark.
Crazy screaming. Yeah, I know. It's my mom. It's crazy screaming.
Dude, I remember
the funny thing is, she wouldn't cuss like a lot. She would just like go almost there. She's like, "Hey, Buster." Like, whoa, settle down. And
dude,
the best thing, she's like waving that finger because
Yeah,
maybe we're more Italian. I don't know. Like, whoa, that thing's going like 100 miles an hour on her hand.
she's like a short little pistol, bro. Like when she came out, it's like, oh fuck, like.
Find your P's and Q's. Make sure everything's picked up. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
make sure everything's picked up. And then like, dude, if you were fucked up the night before, not saying that I ever was, but
yeah.
if you were, and like 9 o'clock hit in the morning, 8:30 hit in the morning, you're gonna get woken up by because the fucking vacuum's going, and then she'd come downstairs and she'd run that vacuum. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to fucking sleep. She'd be like, get the fuck up.
The sun's up, you're up.
The sun's up here, get the fuck up. I'm like, damn, dude.
I don't care if you took a nap later, but you're gonna wake up in the morning and you're gonna do something. It would be like a lazy ass Sunday. She's like, no, go outside, do something. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put the.
I don't remember the first time I met LaNell, but I do remember that when I met LaNell for the first time, I was immediately intimidated because she knew way more about me, and I had never met her before in my life.
She is like a
like,
little that way.
It's like she was friends with my mom, and she brought me up when I was a little baby.
She knows
and
everybody.
Dude, she's
kind of
plugged in.
She's plugged into the network, bro, beer.
I thought there was one time after the basketball camp, we came over to your house, me and Logan, and I took my shoes off because it's a polite thing to do, but my fucking feet were so sweaty, I could see my sweat footprints on the tile of the kitchen. I was like, fuck, she's gonna kill me.
She probably made you take a shower.
She made me take a shower. She did make me take a shower, but she came in and she started like wiping up my sweat footprints with a paper towel. And then like going back to like the drag marks of me like crawling around and just dragging the socks behind me on my feet. I'm like shit.
You weren't too bad. You guys know, I
Paul.
won't say his last name, but Paul. His feet were so bad that he was the only person that was allowed to wear his shoes in our house. Like, you can't take them off, actually.
That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. He's like, I'll take my shoes off. I feel like I need to accommodate. Like, no. Keep them on.
Please.
Keep those on, damn it.
Okay.
So at
Do you want
college,
your laundry done, by the way? Do you want your laundry done? Paul, we'll get your laundry done, bud.
so when I came up to college, right, I fell in with a group of people like right away. Like first weekend, we're already at the beach having beers. Great first week of college. But through those mutual friends, I found this chick who grew up in Wyoming, Illinois, which is like way too close to me to like have never met this woman before in my life.
Oh,
And
yeah,
the first time, it's like 40,
super
it's like
close.
20 minutes away. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the first time I'm going over to like see her at her house when we're both back at home for the weekend or whatever, I'm taking Pat and Paul. And Paul had just eaten a gas station burrito. And we're like halfway there, and he has me pull over so he can puke. And as soon as we get there, he's like sweating. You can see it. He's like, "Can I use your bathroom?" And he blew it the fuck up. Like her mom was like, "Who the fuck just destroyed our bathroom?"
Oh my god.
That's fucked.
That would be Paul, dude. That would be
It was.
Paul.
It was hilarious. And
Oh.
she texted me a couple days later. And she's like, "My mom wants to know who you brought over so she can tell you who to never bring over again."
Nice.
God.
I was like, "Don't worry about it. I'll just tell him to stay away from gas station burritos."
It's embarrassing,
He's
bro.
never coming over again. Don't worry about that.
Dude, back to your mom, who, by the way, is like our number one fan on here. So thank you, LaNell, for tuning in all the time.
Yep.
You're very supportive. You're the best.
Thanks,
But
Mom.
like, dude, after a while, so like that was the first time I met her. Was like then, and I was like, damn, dude, what an impression, right? And so, like, I remember like she said something. She said something to me, and she was like, "And Layne, you better." She's like, "And Layne, you fucking know better," or some shit. And I was like, "What the fuck did I do?" And she went inside, and your dad was out in the garage, and he like leaned over to me. He's like, "Gotta love her to hate her." And I was like, "Fuck you, man." He was always like the middle.
Yeah.
He was always like the cool guy, you know, like that was like, I know. He's like, "What are you gonna do?"
Dude, he was like, I was yelled at for years before you guys came along. You'll get there one day.
Yeah, he kind of just coasted through it. He's like, whatever. The same old shit.
Oh, LaNell.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Oh
dude.
my god.
He's like, she keeps life interesting.
Memories. Yeah.
Dude, he had one-liners too. He had some good one-liners.
Dude. Oh yeah. My dad was always about that. He'd fuck with you all the time. He was definitely he'd get into some fuckery, and he always had a joke that was always good. I remember I never thought about it like, you know, growing up or anything, but then whenever I came back home from college on like weekends or something, because there was a big chunk of time where I didn't come home at all, and then like I came home and he became like my number one person that wanted to hang out with me. It was like my dad. I was like, yeah, this is cool now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like he had like stand-up material that he had just like waited till I
Yeah,
got
he
home
stored
and
away.
just like cracking
He's
off.
like, "Oh man,
Right.
I gotta tell my boy about this. He's gonna laugh his ass off."
Love it though, man.
Exactly.
That is Logan, because he's got some serious. I've told you this before, man. He's got some serious stand-up material. Like, dude, I've heard some shit come out of his mouth that I'm just like, dude, you could say that on a stage and kill it.
People would
You
give
kill
me
it.
money.
Dude, people would pay. Bro, the shit that he says is just fucking off the charts.
We
Funny.
got to get him on the podcast for sure.
We're gonna
Yeah.
for sure. I think we'll do that next podcast or something. We're gonna get somebody on, like a guest speaker. That'd be great.
Yeah,
He's gotta
try to
be.
get him that.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. Can we get LaNell on the podcast?
We could. That would be pretty funny.
Yeah,
She would
that'd
just,
be a fun
you know what
podcast.
she'd do though? She would pull out the most embarrassing story from
Yeah.
each of us.
Yeah.
And
Oh
just,
yeah.
Yeah.
But
oh
that's
my
the
god.
best part. That's the best.
That would be the fun part of getting her on.
No, we gotta get Logan and LaNell so we can watch her like slap him beside the head when he says something stupid. Cause you know it's gonna happen.
She would be the first one. Yeah. Oh my god. That would be nuts.
Yeah, for sure. We got to get him on. He's been busy lately, I think. I haven't heard much back from him, but
Yeah, he's working and,
Man.
chasing the kid around and old
Yeah.
lady and all that.
the old ball and chain.
Yeah, his woman. She's nice. She's a nice girl. I talked to her a handful of times.
Uh,
Because they weren't like they started being serious after I left, like where they were really into each other, whatever.
mhm.
I was like, oh damn. Well, that's nice. I got a niece out of it, so I'm happy.
Yeah. When do you plan on going back to the States, Mark?
Shit, I don't know, man.
Next summer,
I
man.
I try to be optimistic, but
It's expensive.
tickets aren't cheap, and I got a job and life over here, so
Yeah.
I got people counting on me over here too. So if I go back, it'll probably be like in the winter, I want to say, because everything's more relaxed, like over here,
Yeah.
and I can take like a week or two, probably like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be
Yeah.
dope, dude.
If I'm going back, I'm gonna meet up with definitely with Jed, and whenever you're back in the States, I'll definitely meet up with you.
Yeah, Colorado. Shit. I'll have
Oh,
to
yeah.
set something up, man, for sure.
For sure.
But
Do a
yeah.
little skiing. You've been all about that, right?
Yeah.
Skiing, snowboarding.
Yeah. That'll be
That'd
fucking dope.
Goats and goats.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I've always wanted to try snowboarding. It's just like I don't know. I don't want to spend that kind of money renting equipment just to embarrass myself for a couple hours and like end up breaking a leg or something. Which I
Well-
know I'm gonna fucking do. Because I'm gonna try to shoot the black diamond right off the bat, like an idiot.
Okay, yeah, that's how you fucking do that. But
That's how you die.
the thing
Dude,
that
I
like
watched
the first
McKinley bust his rib one time. That was hilarious.
What were you saying?
Krieger.
Yeah, Kruger. We were out. It was like oh man, Bunker Hill took us out to the one. Like,
Bunker Hill.
yeah, they
God.
took us out, and he was snowboarding. I was just tubing, and I was like, I had my fun, and I was like watching the guy snowboard, and he went up to do like a box grind, slipped out just right on his ribs, right on the corner. I think he fractured a rib. He was in pain, man. Then we went to Culver's. Oh, that was so good. Oh, Culver's, man. That was like one of the first few times I had Culver's.
Culver's is a good place.
Work
Didn't
there,
you work
man.
there, Layne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
That was like your high school job, right?
hmm Yeah,
Nice.
that was my gas money, basically, and insurance.
Yeah.
Get around money. That was it. And my phone bill, I guess, too. Yeah. Damn, I paid for a lot when I was fucking shit.
Yeah, dude.
Back on it. But
You didn't pay a power bill though, and you didn't pay for the roof over your head.
yeah. Dude.
Well,
what the
there was a couple
That's just-
months I did.
fuck? I forget what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, like for the snowboarding thing, Jed. I think the worst part is like towards the end of the day when you're about to wrap things up. That's usually when you get the hang of things. So it's kind of a bittersweet thing because it's like, sweet, I got the fucking hang of it. And then like you don't go for another fucking year or something like that. So it's like then you have to relearn, and then that'll take you like half the time to relearn or whatever to get the rhythm back, and then the rest of the half you get to. So it's just like anything else you try, you know. But if you just keep at it.
Yeah.
And like I'm not very good at like just learning from like watching videos of things. Like, but if I have somebody out there who can like walk me through it and like watch what I'm doing wrong and tell me how to fix it, I'd learn so much faster. So like if we went and you could be like, yeah, you're putting too much weight on your back foot, you're trying to steer with your elbows, stop.
Yeah.
You know. So it'd be cool. Like
Crazy.
I'm definitely gonna try to visit you out in Denver because I got other friends out in Colorado that I want to see from
Yeah.
college.
Yeah, I'll
So
be there.
we can go snowboarding.
Yeah, dude.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
B-roll of me falling on my face. It'd be great.
cool. Oh, that would. Yeah, we gotta upload that. If you guys do that and Jed
Yeah, we will.
destroys himself.
Sure. Faux shizzles.
Shizzles.
Faux shizzles.
Yeah, you know, we were talking about earlier though. One of the greatest things I heard from my dad whenever I came back from college was he had a story. He had been in the summer just building pools, and he said, "You're never gonna believe." I come back home, first thing right through the door. He's like, "You're never gonna believe what happened to me. This is crazy. I have to tell you. I'm telling everybody. This is ridiculous." I'm like, "Oh, okay. What's going on? Did you hit somebody? Like, are we trying to get you to skip states? I don't know what's going on. You know, I'm totally in the dark." He's like, "Sit down, grab a beer. Like,
Buckle up.
you're gonna need to take a minute because I'm gonna knock you off your feet with this one."
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
So he would go to the like job sites the day before and like flatten the ground for everybody else to like build the pools on, right? And it's just him and his buddy in this truck, and I guess like every day was just nothing but like a party, pretty much working. This is my dad's favorite job he ever had, I swear to God. They would like just quote movies, and like they loved Smokey and the Bandit, so they would just talk about Smokey and the Bandit the whole time, quoting it, and like drink a little bit on a job, going around, just like leveling the ground for these pool builders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're going to this place. I think it's like Southern Illinois, somewhere in there, and he starts seeing these little signs that like say goofy stuff like about like old person crossing, like just little goofy signs in this person's yard, and it's like this camp. It's like kind of away from people, and they're gonna go build this pool. So he goes there, he does that. They're getting out, and they're seeing more like naked people running or naked people crossing or whatever, right? And he's like, "Oh, that's really weird sign," but he's like, he just chalks it up like old people being weird. They start doing their job. The guy comes out while they're unloading. He's like, "This is where we want it. This is what we want." Blah blah blah. So he's like, "Okay, this is what we're gonna do." He's like, I'm gonna go inside. I'll be right back out, guys." My dad's okay, no problem with that. Working away. The guy comes back out with a lawn chair and a towel over him, and my dad's like, "Oh, we're not building the pool today. Like, it's not gonna be done anytime soon. We gotta flatten the ground, and then tomorrow they're gonna have everything." He's like, "I know." Whips the towel off, completely naked. The dude's balls are hanging out. My dad's like,
Oh my God, dude.
what the fuck just happened? My dad's like, "What is going on? This is ridiculous." His mind's, he's like, first thing he does is he runs back to the truck, and he's like, him and his buddy run back to the truck, and they're like, what did you send me into? They're calling their boss up like, "This is ridiculous, fuck you. The dude's balls are hanging out. They're hitting the ground. He's so old. This is crazy."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
His buddy, my dad's friend, he's yelling at his boss or whatever too. Same thing. And the boss is like, "You have to get out there. You got to do this." And they're like, "Fuck you. This is, oh my God." They're just like, "Okay, let's just get it done." It's just an old dude. Whatever. He's just weird.
Yeah.
This is a nudist colony. Whatever. Next thing you know, they're working away. They're trying to do it as fast as they can. Next thing you know, fucking van pulls up. Like 4 or 5 people hop out. It's a group of women, all like 60s or whatever. And they say hi. Dude's sitting there, balls hanging out. They say hi. They're like, "Okay, we have some paperwork to do, blah, blah, blah." They go inside the house. Oh, what do you know? The old ladies come out, butt ass naked. My dad's like, "Holy shit. I've stumbled into the Twilight Zone. This is ridiculous."
Stumbled into the twilight.
He said, like, usually it would take somebody like, I think he said like 2.5 hours or whatever to like do what they did. He said that was the fastest job they ever had. They got it done in like 30 minutes. as soon as that stuff started happening, he's like, 30 minutes, we were out of there. And
Dude.
funny thing was, he gets back to the shop and he's telling everybody, he's like, dude, there was a nudist colony. This is crazy. Nobody's believing him right away. They're all like, oh, he's just fucking
Whatever,
with
Mark.
us. Yeah, exactly. Whatever, Mr. Rowe. Just talking bullshit. Everybody's ignoring him. He's like, no, you guys don't understand. You don't want to do this job. There's an old dude with his balls hanging out. Oh,
Yeah.
My God.
but you know who took that job? Right there, Jetaruno.
Yeah.
Take
So
away,
we did like, I think we did 3 jobs that day, and it was our last one because we went all the way out to Ohio. Then we did one in Indiana, and then we hit the one, like I said, Southern Illinois. And on the way there from Indiana, Jed, not me, Jed, the other Jed, he's like, "Hey boys, we're heading to a nudist colony. Get ready." And we're all like, "Sweet, we're gonna see some titties." We get there immediately. We're like, "These people are old as dirt." Fuck. And then the old guy, he didn't have the lawn chair. No lawn chair today. No, he wanted to stand, and he wanted to stand right over the tools. So like I'd be like grabbing a
fuck
fucking
off.
drill. I'd be trying to like grab a
No.
drill and like it was there. I'm like, "Hey man, can you do this?" He's like, "Go ahead, man." I was like, "Your dick is in my face, man."
Dude, that's so
You
fucked.
Smell it. It was
Oh
terrible.
my god.
It was terrible.
Dude, that's fucked.
And it seemed like they all just wanted to watch us. You know? There was like
I bet-
16 people just watching us build this pool.
I bet that's how they get everything done so quick with contractors. I bet that's it. They're like, you know how we're going to get Expedia work? We're just going to, one day I want a pool, and I want it now. So we're all going to get fucking naked, and they're going to make a pool, and we're going to make it awkward, so they hurry the fuck up.
We're gonna be swimming by the end of the day.
Yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
swimming by the end of the
That
day,
was-
Edna.
Shitty.
You're
Damn,
like, can you
shitty.
pick your tits off the ground? I need to get my wrench, please.
And the whole car ride back, like usually we're just like joking and joshing, having a few beers on the road. But not that day. That day everybody was just fucking silent as the grave. Nobody said
Oh,
shit. We're all
God.
just like closing our eyes, like trying not to think of it and just thinking of better times. And it was terrible.
Oh my lord.
It was so bad.
The next thing I heard about that story was my dad's telling that story because it's an epic story. He's telling it at fucking Thanksgiving. He's telling everybody that story at Thanksgiving because it's hilarious, right? And one of my aunt's husbands chimes in. He's like, "Oh, I know that guy. He got in trouble for running naked, and a school bus came by, and all these school kids
God.
saw his
Oh my
fucking
god.
bare ass." Oh my lord.
Terrifying. Those
Dude, people
children
like that are
Europe now.
borderline pedophiles, bro. It felt like they were pressuring themselves onto you in a way where it's like,
Yeah.
"All right, you're kind of fucking rapey, dude."
Yeah, maybe it was like
Back
a social experiment for him, like let's get really naked and see how these people react.
Well, I guarantee they talked about it afterwards. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we fucking.
yeah.
Did you see the look on their faces? Like,
When I ripped the
Sitting in the
off,
pool.
oh
let's
my
put their
God.
clothes back on. Yeah, I'll just put their clothes on.
Yeah, they put their clothes on after everybody leaves. Now we don't have to impress anybody.
God.
None of those guys would get naked for us. This is ridiculous. I've lost my touch, Myrtle. Like,
I think somebody suggested that on our team. Like I think the driver did. He was a goofy fucker, man. I think he was like, should we get naked too to assimilate? Should we join them? I'm like,
just
fuck no, man. Fuck no. I already
Oh.
get sand everywhere. I don't want to get sand on my crotch. Sounds like
that
fairly
was
uncomfortable.
Justin. He would have been balls into it. Justin was the craziest dude that ever worked at that place. He would have been like, I'm getting naked with these motherfucking people.
Yeah, he would have. But no, yeah, your dad had the fucking easy job with that whole situation. All he did was drive and then use a skid steer to dig shit out.
Oh yeah.
That was
Oh, well,
that was
he
the
was like
gravy
also
job.
the oldest dude that was working there, I think,
That's
by
true.
far.
That's true.
He's like 50. Everybody else is in their mid to late 20s. Well, you were the youngest one.
I
for
was
sure.
the youngest, 16.
Yeah.
I actually got some dude that was 18 fired because I came in and I started I tried to keep up with these guys. Like there was a 40-some-year-old Mexican dude that was showing me up on my first day. I was like, fuck, man. If I can't keep up with these 40-year-olds, I am out of shape. So I was trying to keep
Yeah.
up with them, and this 18-year-old dude, I think his name was fucking Zach. My second day, he was supposed to be on my crew, and Roy's like, hey, Zach, why don't you hang back? I need some help around the shop today. We come back after a rough second day, and Zach's gone. And we're like, hey, what happened to Zach? And he's like, oh, I had to dig a trench from the house to the end of the garage, lay some cable, and then fill it in. And then I told him not to come back tomorrow. And I'm like, you made him dig a trench in this hard packed gravel just to fire him. He's like, yep. I'm like, all right, cool.
Well, I know what happens if I dig a trench.
Right? Yeah, that's the
Wow.
pink slip right there. And then he called me like 6 times the next summer asking me to come back. But it was after my brother had told me the story. Like the first couple times, I was like, yeah, I just gotta get out of school first. But then my brother told me that story about the dude sticking the drugs up his butt, and I was like, yeah, Roy, man, I'm not sure if that's my crowd, dude. I'm trying to get into college. I'm not trying to catch a drug rap that wasn't even mine.
Yeah. He's really cleaned that up now, though.
Oh yeah, now it's a lot better now.
Yeah. Before that was awful.
I think Brandon's doing it again this summer. I think he's been doing it the last few weeks
Oh, good for him.
because he got laid off because of the whole COVID stuff. So he had to find
Yeah.
other means of gainful employment.
Damn.
Yeah.
How would you guys feel about a Neuralink in your head?
I mean, I would be suspicious immediately. Like if
Yeah.
it was coming from Elon Musk, I might be like, okay, maybe. If it was coming from like Amazon or Apple or the government, I'd be like, fuck no, man. No, I know what you're gonna use this for. You're gonna start monetizing my thoughts, you dicks. You're gonna make me
Yeah.
think about things I don't want to think about. Fuck you.
Yeah, dude, I'm kind of like,
I could see
fuck that, dude.
And
'Cause,
imagine,
like, the security,
yeah,
you'd have to have pretty good security on that. Like, if someone could like hack into your fucking head or something, like, you could go fucking just
Sleeper cell, man.
sleeper
They
cell
just
shit,
hack
dude.
into you.
Yeah.
Bam, you're a terrorist now. You're hijacking a plane you didn't even want to.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're just
And
on
then,
your
like
way
you were
back
saying,
home and hijack a
and
plane.
like you were saying with the like recalling memories. I don't want to relive that fucking nudist colony bullshit. I don't want to remember that in perfect HD. Fuck no, forget that shit. Put it
Yeah,
in the
there is
bag,
something
stuff it
sweet about
down.
an old memory being like half remembered, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean. Being vague.
Yeah.
There's something about that. You don't want to like get the full HD version again when you're like old. Then you'll be like,
Oh,
fuck,
that was
I thought it
awful.
was way cooler in my other vague memory or something. Or like,
yeah.
and then you go back and
Yeah.
you're like, what was I thinking? Like, this is too surreal, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd just be fucking weird, man. Plus the security, man. That's like the number one issue I would have with it is like, who the fuck is to say that they can't like just flip something on in like,
Oh, what if you're thinking something that like the government doesn't like? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they
Yeah.
And
gonna
it
be
just
able to
slaps
read
you in the
thoughts,
face.
dude?
Just
what
hacks your arm and
Yeah.
slaps you across the face. And it's like, what? Why the fuck did I just do that?
You're thinking about committing a crime. Should you be put away?
or they're making you think about committing a crime that they need done.
Yeah, exactly. This
Like
The Clifton count grows.
Lee Harvey Oswald or John Wilkes Booth or
yeah, exactly. Those situations.
Right?
But it's like
It'd be like,
the other issue is like if we don't the whole thing of like the technology and like merging with it and everything, it also has to do with other countries too, because like China's gonna be all over that. So it's like, do you adapt and beat them at their game, or do you just sit back and say, no, I'm not gonna get that? But they have like these enhanced skills, like they're playing fucking 3D chess, and you're just playing fucking. You just learned chess, like
Yeah.
you're playing fucking nothing.
yep.
Like they're gonna
One
use that
thing-
shit to their
One thing
advantage.
that I've been thinking about is like HoloLens contacts. And somebody was telling me about like what if they just like put an implant in your retinas that you can just like attach to like your phone app and just like have a HUD just put on your retinas. And I was like, I don't know if I'd like that.
Don't
Because
they
I
have
can't take that off if I don't want it. you know, like with contacts or glasses, like if you don't want it anymore, you just take it off and it's gone. But like anything with an
Yeah.
implant, it's like I can't remove that myself. And that's why I'm like, maybe I don't want that, you know? But
Yeah.
like
So
HoloLens
I,
contacts are dope. Imagine just like got a little map in the corner, you know, a little time up here, notifications just kind of scroll through. It's like, is this GTA? Wanted level right there. Got it.
exactly.
It'd be kind of cool.
Keep that at 0 stars permanently. I get what you're saying. I don't know, like all this technology sounds really cool. It sounds really like we're advancing, but I don't think it's gonna make us any happier. I don't think it's gonna make us like really better. So
Yeah, you gotta connect with like the. It's gonna sound super like
You gotta connect
fucking
with nature,
cheesy.
man.
You gotta connect with the nature around you, man. That's the
Nature, man.
like the mycelium strands underneath the earth, like with the mushrooms and shit. Like that's like
It's all connected.
internet of the world. It's like the fungi under the earth. Because like each like little strand branches off into littler strands and it just keeps going. And then they
Yeah.
have fucking little sensors on each one, so it just detects everything on Earth. Like it's crazy, man. If you look at
it's
like
Avatar.
fungi, dude, Avatar is like, whew. Basically, dude, we could totally get into that. Like, not get into
one?
it, but like we could totally like create that shit. Which one? I don't. What do you mean? Like Avatar? It's Avatar.
Avatar or like Avatar: The Last Airbender? Because both of them had a big tree that was connected to the entire world.
I'm
Both
talking
of them
about
did.
like
Smurf people.
Avatar, the fucking blue
James
people,
Cameron,
the James
Avatar,
Cameron Avatar. Yeah.
Yeah,
Navi.
like
Yeah,
because
Avatar.
everything was like connected, right, in that planet,
Yeah.
and
Pandora or whatever. Yeah.
yeah,
dude.
floating
And like
mountains.
when people, I guess when people left that movie theater, they felt like sad because they don't have that connection that they had to Pandora. Like they felt like we could obtain that with like the earth around us and shit, but like they walked out of the theater just sad because they're like they realized their life is like not that. It's all like
Yeah.
big,
Internet.
the urban jungle, the
Yeah.
concrete jungle, you know, like that we live in. So a lot of people were sad,
Yeah.
depressed. Is the better word to use.
I understand.
Yeah, I mean that was all like a whole analogy to the native peoples and colonists coming in. Like the native peoples, they were not upset. They weren't unhappy. They were just chilling, living off the nature, smoking a lot of grass, having a good time. And then the colonists came in, and they were very connected to nature, of course. And then, you know, here comes Spain and Britain and Portugal, and they're like, you need technology, and we're going to take all of your land because it's ours now. It's like, but it was nobody's before. We all just kind of shared it. Why you got to be like this? So all of Avatar was like a whole analogy to like Western expansion, just wiping out the indigenous peoples of North America.
Yeah.
I mean, it was obviously stylized.
I've seen
We
Pocahontas. Yeah, it's very
What?
similar.
I see
Come on.
Pocahontas.
Come on.
It's really similar. Come on,
No,
now.
it is.
It's
It
super
is.
similar.
Yeah, it is kinda. I mean,
It is.
the
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
dude, I
Have
fucking
you heard the
love that
wolf
song.
cry? It's so
Dude,
good. It's
oh
so
my
good. That's a
lord!
bop.
Yesterday, I was listening to Phil Collins, Two Worlds, Tarzan.
Oh,
Dude,
Oh yeah.
dude, Phil Collins is the one who made early Disney
nostalgic.
movies. Dude,
Yeah,
Phil
he
Collins.
does like Brother
Well, the
Bear.
music
He
is
did Brother Bear.
amazing.
Brother Bear.
Did the Tell Everybody.
Buddy, I'm on my way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's kind of crazy how how long he's
Shaped
been
our
doing
childhood.
Disney movies.
Yeah, man. He's so good.
Two worlds, one family.
Family.
Dude, I used to watch the fuck out of Tarzan. Like,
Dude.
I had that shit on repeat. I love that shit.
I liked Tarzan, but I also kind of liked George of the Jungle more, just because it was just more slapstick and funny. It was meant to be like a comedy more than Tarzan was, and I was really into comedy when I was
Wait,
younger.
George of the Jungle, wasn't that like a real life movie with Brandon
Yeah,
Fraser?
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man. I was watching cartoons. I didn't give a fuck about no fucking real people. I wanted my imagination to flow, bro. I wasn't trying to watch some fucking dude in real
I thought
life.
that Moana movie. I don't really watch a lot of Disney, but I thought that Moana movie was awesome.
It
It
is.
was,
Yeah,
It's
I
fucking
watched that.
good.
Yeah, it was good.
It's really good.
I'll
The
watch
first time
yeah.
I
that.
watched that was on like a 4K ultra screen, like IMAX size. It was fucking huge and it was awesome. I was like crying. I had goosebumps the whole time. I was in it, man. It was good.
Yeah,
It wasn't just like a movie. It was like an experience. Whenever
It
I watched
was.
it too, it was like I really got into it, which is
yeah.
weird to say about like a child's movie.
The live version of the NPR live version of 2009 by Mac Miller, I think is fucking fantastic. Like they had an actual. They didn't do this with the original song, uh, but they actually put violins to it and everything, which made it. It took it to a whole nother level, and they put it in like a. So the original song was a a major. It was played in like a major key almost, but with
Hmm.
the live version they put it in a minor and they made it more serious and they focused more on the lyrics. He would pause on certain lyrics, like, and you could tell by his expression of him doing it live where it was like, wow, this is kind of hitting home. And just that violins and the sweet bass that they had in the background was like perfect. So 2009 Mac Miller NPR Tiny Desk concert, check that out if you want. Pretty
Oh,
good.
I'm definitely gonna look at it
Uh,
after this.
yeah, I'll put it
Um,
down there in the chat.
so
Yeah.
off what Layne was saying, like my swan song, like that one that like every time it comes on, you like you never skip it. Like you always listen to it when it comes on. It always like kind of recenters you. That for me would be "Give Me the Beat Boys." I can't remember who
Okay.
it's by, but like I remember like I heard it once at Happy Joe's at a birthday party that it was my birthday party or whatever. Like when I was so young, and it like invaded my
Hmm.
mind. And anytime I come on the radio, I would just jam out to it. And it's all the whole song is about like just like letting go of your worries and just getting lost in the music and just kind of just vibing to it,
I
Yeah.
get, yeah, I
relaxing.
get that.
But the song I was gonna talk about is Mr. Brightside, where like he's literally talking
Oh,
about his girlfriend like leaving him and being with some other dude and how that like kills him inside.
did that happen to you, Jed?
Yeah, hasn't it happened to all of us?
Oh,
Hmm.
no,
So
actually,
like
I
now
got
it'll
lucky.
come on and I'll listen to like half of it and I'll just be like, oh, fuck, dude. All I can think about is her. Now she's gone and she's with somebody else, and now I'm sad. Next song.
Hmm.
So you can't listen to that song because it's so emotional. I get that.
Kind of like sometimes I can, but like if I'm in the right mood, I can. But if it as soon as that one thought comes into my mind of like her, I'm like, oh fuck, here we go again. Okay, here comes the sadness, and then I gotta change song and go to something happier,
Hmm.
like "Happier" by Marshmello that I saw in concert in Fortnite.
Nice, Mark.
Hmm.
Mark's probably got some Ozzy song or something. Huh?
Oh yeah, every time. You know,
Wow.
Ozman is always the go-to for me. I was like, but you guys, you'll be really surprised by this. Most emotional song isn't even a song; it's a whole album. There's Jewel. Do you guys know who Jewel is? Singer.
Jule or Jewel, like Jewel.
Wel, I want to say. She has all these songs, and like whenever I was really young, I used to listen to that whole album with my dad. So um, like they're happy, sad, everything, and like I can't just listen to like one song off that album. Whenever I listen to it, I go through the whole album, and it's like a roller coaster, I guess, of like listening to it, and it always takes me back to like that was like whenever I was really young and listening to that with my dad and everything. It was really really cool. But also Ozman, 7 days a week. I like right now in my car. I have Ozzy in the CD player, and it hasn't come out since I've been driving here in Japan. No need to. I listen to that. It might be a different Ozzy CD maybe in 6 months, but still gonna be Ozzy.
Do you
Like
have the
he's
newest one?
uh, no, I don't have the newest one, but I'll get it. I'll
Yeah.
just because Japan's awesome because they still have CDs. That's a big thing here. You can still buy CDs and vinyl, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not all online like it is everywhere else.
What's your favorite Ozzy?
Oh, no matter what, it's always gonna be "Mama, I'm Coming Home." It's the perfect song. It's doesn't matter what you're doing. It's like really, you're talking about you could be talking about your actual mother. Like mom, coming home. I've missed you. Whatever. You could be talking about your old lady. You know,
Yeah.
I need her back in my life. I need to see her again. And you know what? You could just be talking about maybe your hometown, maybe your house, maybe that area. That's your motherland.
Yeah.
I'm coming home. I've missed you for so long. I've seen
Yeah.
your face 1,000 times.
Seeing your face. Man. All right. Yeah.
Every day we've been apart. I've been thinking about you. Like that. Oh my God, I'm getting like goosebumps a little bit right now just thinking about like what that song means to me
Yeah,
and
man.
like
Yeah.
what it really is. And and like every memory that I've had thinking about that song, listening to that song like with my old man down in our basement, we'd be listening to that cranked up to 11
Yeah.
every time,
Crank
and we're
that.
just singing it out loud as we can, throwing everything we had into that, all of our energy, all of our emotion into that song, and I still get that energy back. I still get that emotion back from it. No
Yeah.
matter if I'm driving down the interstate or I'm just popping in my earbuds on a, public bus or whatever,
And that's
That's
really
Yeah.
cool
amazing.
too
That's an
because
amazing song.
That last little bit though, like the guitar solo where it goes wow 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 little wow wow da, 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 da. You took me and you took. It was like perfect, bro. It was perfect. That song is
Yeah.
a good song. That was the first Ozzy song I ever heard, and then Crazy Train. And also,
Great order.
dude, if you slow down the lyrics for Crazy Train, or slow down the lyrics, if you slow down the song, like this lady did a cover on the piano, dude, it kind of he's really singing about him going insane. He's like, I've listened to preachers, I've listened to fools, I've watched all the dropouts who make their own rules, and then he's like, you gotta listen to my words, you've gotta listen. It's crazy when you slow it down, and I'm gonna send you, Mark, the link to the piano version, and it's like it's like as emotional as Mama I'm Coming Home, which is the first Ozzy song I've ever heard.
That's amazing.
Can
It's
you
crazy.
send it to me too? Because I'm
Yeah,
interested
yeah, yeah,
also.
yeah. Yeah, I'll put it in the.
Shit.
But no, it's super cool that like we can have such emotional responses to pieces of music because that's what the idea was. Like somebody wrote that because it was an emotional to them. Maybe not so much with current music, you know, but
Yeah. Have you
like
heard of WAP?
somebody.
Ugh.
No, I stay away from Cardi B as much as possible for personal reasons. But
I
but
would
no, like Ozzy
But you
be
wrote
know
that
the
concerned
song.
that
artist.
somebody's gonna hear that that's too young, like under 40. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Can't
it's a
handle
good.
that shit.
But yeah,
It's
so like
not even good music. It's the same four lines repeated. It's the same revamped beat.
yep,
Very
No
rich.
original thought process at all. It's
no
just
emotion.
brainwash pounding the shit into your head till it's stuck in your head.
What about like I'm a stupid hoe? Like that's all the song was basically was I'm a stupid hoe. I'm like that's all you're gonna say. That's all you have to say is that you're a
That's
stupid hoe.
great.
I
That's
believe you.
great.
That's exactly what I'm gonna say to that one. I believe you. I've listened to the song. I believe you now.
Right?
Jeez.
Isn't that
Yeah.
great for the youth? Isn't
Oh
that
yeah.
great?
I feel
I
like an
just
old man
imagine
now
some
thinking that way though.
Dude,
You
that's
know
the
what I mean?
thing. Is like how like the older generation would be like, oh, fucking kids' music these days. No, fuck that. Literally, kids' music these days. What the fuck's going on, man? How did they
yeah.
like this? There's no original creativity.
I'll tell you what though, Post Malone seems like a pretty cool dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
And
listen to
music
Post
And
Malone.
isn't
I'll
garbage.
listen to Posty.
his songs are good. His songs are lyrical. They tell a story, just like how rap was originally supposed to be.
Yeah,
Him, Joyner Lucas, Logic, Kendrick Lamar, those are like the big guys in rap right now, at least in my eyes. Because
yeah.
they're not just out here like I got ice, I got bands, I got money, I got drugs. I'm like, I don't care. I
Dude,
don't
I
care.
love hearing that from like a new artist. I'm like, how long has this guy been around for? They're like, dude, he's
Right?
up and coming. He's new. I'm like, so you're telling me this guy owns 3 Ferraris? He's got fucking 6 mansions? No, dude. Fuck no. Fuck
Little Dicky's
no.
pretty good too. Little Dicky's
Either way,
hilarious.
yeah, like I'll listen to rap if you have good lyrics that aren't like, okay, honestly, just gonna say this. Lil Wayne, yeah, I listen to the Lil Wayne, like I listen the fuck out of Lil Wayne because like his
He's
lyrics
very
were fucking
lyrical.
on point. Yeah, his lyrics were on point. Mac Miller, G-Eazy, shit that like it's not just the same 4 lines repeated again and again and again. Jed, also we lost you, so
Yeah, I
we need
know.
your camera
It
back
is.
on.
I'm fixing
They
it.
they they put a lot of work into what they're doing, like lyrically, because
Yeah,
they're not in there playing the music, so they're. I mean, some of them are. There's few and far in between, but they've put a lot of work and a lot of effort into their craft of lyrics,
yeah,
uh, painting a picture with words and
yeah,
whatnot,
man.
conveying emotion through those
Yeah.
things. That's not an easy thing to do. Like
Not.
some people can do
I
it
tried.
with an instrument very easy. That's their thing to go through, and then some people have to they use their words, and
Yeah,
it seems like a lot of younger, we'll just say the younger people because that's what we're looking at now. they're going through and they've said, this beat sounds really cool and I'm going to rap garbage over it. It's going to be like, maybe I'll put a little bit of effort into that little space, but I can't get anything else out of there. So I'm just going to go with that over and over and over again for 3 minutes until everybody's booty's shaking, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
Dude, and it's
And
sad.
like there were
Good.
older songs that did the same kind of thing. Like they had a good catchy beat and they kind of put like bullshit lyrics over it. But it was even better than this. Like they weren't that bullshit lyrics. They told a little bit of a story, at least a little bit. They weren't just like, I got ice, I got drank, I got drugs. And it's like, why? Why are you pushing that on the youth? Why are you idolizing doing like lean? Like that's really bad for you.
Okay,
I really like
feel
funk
old
music.
now.
Yeah,
Like
same.
old school
I feel
punk.
like an old man.
Look
Yeah,
at
I,
asshole.
yeah,
Daddy,
that's
music
what I
was
said. I feel like
good.
an old man. But I'll listen to old school punk and things like that. But they didn't project themselves as like, oh, we're so badass for
No.
these 3 words, or like, no, we didn't put any effort into this, and fuck you, that's why we didn't do it. We don't care. These new people are like, they think they're doing something that is monumentally changing music.
No.
How like what a slap in the face it is to like these mixers, like these people that actually make dope ass beats, like, and then to have it like thrown in their face with like, fucking drugs, yeah, fucking. It's like, dude, wow, I just spent 6 hours in the studio making this
Yep.
nice beat for you, and you're gonna trash it with that. Like, I've listened to beats, like instrumentals. I'll take the words out, and I'll just listen to the beats, and I'm like, dude, I could put some serious raps into this, like, and make it an actual decent song. People are just the lazy way. They're just like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I'm gonna sing about what everybody wants: money, bitches, fucking mansions, and then just repeat those fucking lines.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's
such
why
a
there's a
slap in
whole
the
big
face,
thing
dude.
of people that remix songs, right? I think that's a big thing because these other people are garbage, and there's people that
Yeah.
show up, they come in, and they're like, I'm gonna remix the song and make it sound, a million
Yeah.
times better. There's a guy, he's from Chicago, I think it's like Montana 300 or whatever. His remixes are better than the original songs.
Fuck
He's a
yeah,
rapper.
dude. Fuck yeah, dude.
So
He has a lot of really good music actually. Like his own original music is really good, and it's always like, it's very lyrical too, like things that we would appreciate.
Yeah.
So a couple weeks ago, right, I'm doing DoorDash, and this is before I got my new phone. So like my charging port on my iPhone busted because I was trying to clean it out and hit something wrong. So I couldn't listen to my like Spotify playlist, so I was just listening to the radio. And there was this rap song on, and I originally thought it was Boys in the Hood because it had the same like, cruising down the street in my seat, with the like the boop 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 boop. And I was like, it was a beat, it was a familiar beat, and I was like, that's cool. It's gonna be Boys in the Hood. I'm gonna listen to some NWA. Nope, I mean some Eazy-E. But then it wasn't. It wasn't. It was a new song by a female rapper, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. And then
Wow.
I was like driving home, and I was like trying to find that song, but I couldn't find it. It ended up being "Girls in the Hood" by Megan Thee Stallion, but I couldn't find it. But to try to find it, I found a YouTube video that was like top 25 female rap songs of like 2019. And just listening to all these like little clips of the songs, Jesus fucking Christ, they all sounded the same. They were all about the same, like, oh my God, my pussy's so wet. Oh my God, I got so many drinks. Don't let your man around me. Oh my, I got so much. It's like, fucking stop. Just stop. Nobody
Yeah.
gives a shit how bad you are. Get a job.
Do you?
But
Okay,
then
this
I
may.
texted my buddy. He found it in 5 seconds.
Ah, that's
I was
awful.
like, this is why I texted you, because I know you find it. You were saying, Mark?
Okay, I have a serious question then though. Do you think like women have gone down in like quality because of society?
Yeah, man, because here's my take on it. Like,
A little bit.
so like, this the term like keeping up with the Joneses?
Yeah.
Well, like, I
Yeah.
feel like for women it's even worse.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, for women, they compare themselves to the other woman
Yep.
that's above
Way
them
more than us.
or who they want to be, and they focus so fucking hard on it. And they'll turn into somebody you don't even recognize, man. Like, I've seen some friends I'm not gonna name her name. She
Do it.
was the like most down to earth girl ever, like free spirited, true to herself. And then she like went to college and came back and like, hey, if this is who
Am I right?
wrong last name.
Oh yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, you threw me
So
off. Fucking sorry, everybody. Jed sent me a message. Fucking what I was saying was, so she went to college and then like I guess she came back and she talked like this and like she like got all real ghetto and like I was like, damn, that is not you. Like that is not you. And then
The
like
wrong kind of character development.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just sad, man. I was just like, okay. We used to play guitar together. We used to fucking I don't know.
Yeah. She's cool.
Weird.
I think it kind of
yeah.
boils down to the role models. Like you think, 50 years ago, the big role model was like, Marilyn Monroe, Audrey Hepburn, really classy women
Yeah.
that like, they were powerhouses in their field. They were strong, independent women. They didn't need anybody. They were fucking presidents and shit. Who cares? They were their own person. And now you just have like the Kardashians, Cardi B, and like, why are we propagating this as like what you should
these
be as a
these,
female?
these women have made money off their bodies, and they're promoting this very fringe. I'm gonna say it's a fringe idea because it doesn't seem like anybody over the age of what these women are really care about throwing their ideas out into public or want people to perceive them in this way of like I'm a sex symbol or I'm this or that.
Right,
And
yeah.
they've used these ideas, and I think they've tainted tons of women. They've turned tons of women into this idea of like I need to use my body as a tool to get where I want to be in life, and it doesn't seem right. And it's like if I can't use my body, then I'm not worth anything or something like that. And
I
I
saw.
would feel really bad to have a daughter right
Mhm.
now in this time of age, this era, I guess, and everything that's going on. It would be really hard to be a father to like try to get your kids through all these things, right?
Yeah.
If you're straight up with them, like I feel like that's gonna pan out like way like. So for instance, like I used to never take old people's advice, because I knew it. I knew better than them, shit like that. But now, if an old person tells me something, like I've learned, like yo,
Write
fucking
that shit
listen.
down, man.
Yo, write it down. Listen,
Fucking wisdom.
because you see it through. Like I feel like life is one big like learning through others.
Yep.
There's so many examples of bad, good and bad, and it's who you choose to pick as a role model. Like if you think people are really cool for a certain thing that you like, really look at what they're doing. Really look at like what they're providing. Like, dude, the best role model in Hollywood right now is Keanu Reeves. No one else. Like, who the fuck can say anything bad about that guy? Like, no
He doesn't
one.
That's
do enough
true. He's
movies.
pretty badass.
He needs to do more movies.
But then if he did more movies, he wouldn't have time to hang out with charities and all these
He's right.
kids.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I just
Shoot
want to see
guns
him.
and drive
Poor
motorcycles.
Jed. But so like
Hey.
it's just all like it's all learning through others. So yeah. Definitely who your role model is gonna determine what you turn out to be. Because like if you ever heard the saying like who you hang out with is like you're the fifth person, like what those like their characteristics or their like personalities, you're gonna become the sixth or seventh personality or whatever in the group.
Yeah. Like I've
So,
always heard to have like if you have like 10 friends, all of them should be smarter than you. Because how are you going to grow?
yeah, you should strive to have that. Yeah, which makes me wonder why I'm hanging out with you. But hey, here
Well,
I am.
hey.
I've
I'm
been
fucking
growing
with
for
you.
years, boys.
Yeah. I saw a funny tweet. It was some girl being like, "Girls, don't worry. Sex dolls are just fake hair, fake eyelashes, You know what? Maybe you guys should worry." It's like, oh, wait a minute. Actually,
Yeah, dude, it's
Jesus.
fucking weird, man.
I saw another one. It
weird.
was like, don't try to please women. God gave them hair, eyebrows, eyes, everything else that they wanted, and they still change it. And if God can't please a woman, what makes you think you can? I'm like,
That's
yeah,
a good one.
it's a good
That's a
point.
good one. I like that
Good
one.
point.
Yeah. Just
My camera is having a bad day. I'm just gonna leave it because that's a good picture.
I actually think it's not that bad. So I don't know what's
Dude,
with your
you gotta
camera though,
change
bro.
it for me because it looks like you're posing for like a
It does.
cute photo or something. Like I can't do it, dude. I can't look at you like that.
You should be holding like a koala like for only 12 cents a day.
Yeah.
You can help this little fella. Like he's one step away from that.
Dude, anytime I see those commercials, my first thought is like, how much did that commercial cost? How
Oh, to
much did
make.
that fucking commercial cost? Right?
I know what you're
And
saying.
also,
I always
so
think
like,
of like the lady afterwards being like, all right, now where the fuck's my paycheck?
right?
Exactly.
And then like,
Get me away from these gross burnt
Here,
animals.
take him away.
or like,
He's
how like a lot of
cooking. It's like handing it away.
so how like restaurants and like businesses like, if you like to donate so much, like $1 to help, this charity or whatever. Do you know what they do with those donations?
I
Not
have an
donate
idea,
it to them.
but I'm
That's
gonna
why
let
I
you
don't
go
donate
because I
to
don't want
them.
to be wrong.
So they donate them to the charity. They do. But first they use them as a tax write-off.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I
So
would say.
instead of them using their own money to do a tax write-off, which, is still fucking stupid and bullshit, they just use your money to get their tax write-off. And I'm like, oh,
Yep.
fuck. So like sometimes, like for Panda, I'll do it a lot for Panda. Like I'll round up because I'm like, I don't like change, whatever. But like every time I do it, I think I'm just making some corporation guy his taxes are a little bit easier now because of me.
Yep. Of course.
It's kind of weird because like the money is still going to the cause, so it's like,
Yeah, so like you can't even like really get mad about it because it's still being donated,
yeah,
but they're not donating money to get the tax write-off. So technically, the net donation is going down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you just took that money and donated, and they didn't have that income to use as a tax donation, then they'd have to donate that money too to get their tax
What?
write-off.
Yep.
Yeah.
But also, would you take the time to donate that 75 cents if they weren't like be like, hey, do it right now?
That's pretty true.
The
So
reason
I
I
think they give
don't,
you a good avenue to.
yeah. The reason I
donate.
don't do
Bad.
that, like ever donate or anything, is just like I'd rather do it myself and have it be genuine than just like not know. Cause like yeah, they can say they give the money, but like, dude, when money's involved, anything can happen. And like
Yeah.
I'd rather just like give a homeless guy like $5 or $10 and just be like,
Yeah.
here, man, hope this helps your day. Like, like
Dude, there's people
Whenever
in Chicago.
whenever I went to Europe or whenever I would go to Chicago sometimes, I would take a pair of shoes with me and donate those to a homeless person because usually their shoes are always fucked.
yeah,
Like shoes, socks, and stuff.
Mhm.
I thought that was more genuine and like I actually like
Probably goes
want them
farther.
to have something they can use, like something they can do something with. And also, I've always had this like stigma about like it was told to me when I was young, like if you give a homeless person money, they're just gonna spend it on drugs, which I
Yeah.
know isn't completely true, but
yeah.
Yeah.
that's why.
At a certain point, they need to fucking eat and shit. Like,
Yeah. That's something my mom told me. She's like, if you want to help a homeless person, don't give them money. Just like go buy them some food and give them some food.
dude, no. Me and Seth tried that when we were in Florida, and he was like, "Fuck you." He's like, "Give me money," and we're like, "Dude, fuck you then." Like, and we just took off.
Oh yeah,
Because
there was a dude in
he
Chicago.
asked first. He asked first. He was like, "Please, I need money for food." We went to a McDonald's, and like we were like, "Okay, like what do you want? Like what do you like in there?" And the dude was like, "Dude, I just like burgers, man. Burgers are good. Burgers, burgers, burgers." And I was like, "Cool. Here's a burger." And he was like, "Fuck that shit." And I was like, "All right, dude." He's like, "Give me money. Give me money." And I was like, "Dude."
Oh, that's so fucked.
At that
No
point,
shit.
later.
There's people that like pretend to be homeless. Like they'll have like a house and shit, and they'll just like put on some shitty clothes and go sit on a corner and pretend to be homeless. I'm shit you not.
Oh
People do
yeah,
that.
I've heard of that stuff
That's
going
so
on.
fucked.
I mean, I've
There's a
never
special
seen it,
place
but
in
I've
hell
heard
for
of
them.
it.
Like, dude, you gotta answer for everything you do in this life. I truly believe that. Like, so like, good luck answering to that. Like,
All right, that
Snap
was
shots.
episode 3, though. I had a lot of fun, guys. Did
I had a
you?
lot of fun too. This one was good.
yeah, I
This
liked
was
it.
a great time.
Best yet.
So, like always, I want you guys that are listening at home, you need to like first of all. You need to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little bell notification in the corner, wherever that corner may be, and then I need you guys just tell us what you're thinking. A
Yeah,
little comment down below, all right?
give us comments. If you don't like it, please just dislike it and then tell us why. Like, at least tell us why.
Yeah.
So far,
Yeah,
we've had
any
good
feedback
reviews,
is good
but
feedback.
yeah, any feedback's good feedback that we can work on. We're working on getting some better equipment, so stay
Yeah.
tuned for that.
Yeah.
I got stuff coming, and I know these guys are probably gonna do the same. So
Yeah.
thanks for joining in.
Any
Thanks for tuning in. And stay safe out there. And yeah, have a good rest of the week.
Bye.
goodbye.
Bye, guys.